I dated a Marine Corps boxer.
What was his name?
And they looked at me like, "You're going to cut his leg off with a Sawzall?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Blood squirting everywhere.
I cast sexual trauma.
Whoa.
One time I threw a crippled Afghani elder into a K-hole.
K-holes and sex nightmares.
The Tyr story.
It's not too far from the title of my memoir, actually.
Say hi to Eli. He's racially ambiguous. And Brandon, his hair is fucking fabulous. And Donut, a dark joke disposition. And there's a fat electrician. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
The soldier on the go.
Brandon hates veterans.
We're back to that.
All Army guys are gay.
I saw your uniform out, Fred. It's fairly decorated.
It's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
The amount of shit
stack.
that was given to us on the live tour was absurd. I still get, like, people still just walk up and give me, like, their family medals, and I have to tell them, like, no, please, for the love of God, that's an heirloom. Hold on to that.
Wow.
He is more
So
decorated.
like John Kerry? Like he just walked up and gave you medals?
I don't know the story.
John
Pony, kick us off.
Oh, well,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Doubletap, Tyr Symank, Brandon Herrera, myself, Donut Operator. Thank you so much for being here.
What's up, bitches? We're going in hot. Tyr's supposed to have been on many times, and then the scheduling never worked.
Many times. We're both very busy individuals.
I've known Tyr for 8 years.
It's been longer than that, man. We had a reel go wild on my channel a few weeks back, like 1.2 mil
How long was that?
views. That was back in Unicorn Ranch, Salt Lake City days.
was good.
So like 2014, 15?
because, I mean, we've known him for, like, 5 years. The adaptive archery.
Yeah. And I'm glad your limbs grew back. That's good.
It's super neat.
Yeah.
Those guys
Thank you,
can,
service.
it's not even close. Those guys can shoot better than me, and I've got everything, and there's no excuse.
We're teaching Brandon how to
My
shoot
buddy
a bow.
Caleb out in Arizona has no legs and can do like 10 times as many box jumps as I can. I don't know how
does that
works.
work?
I don't know.
Lighter, no
Pure
arms.
will, apparently. Yeah. Product placement, owns Stick Sniper Archery Shop out in Arizona. If you're interested in archery, go out there. Support a veteran with no legs who does box jumps. Do it. He's a Green Beret.
Go
Wait,
just
he has no
to
legs,
see him
okay.
do a. That's what I'm saying. How does that?
I was thinking
that's
no
just called
arms. Now I'm like,
that's called a pull up.
The torso jump.
Bro, it's defying gravity is what it is. That's what he's doing. Defying gravity for reps.
it's a jumping bean.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't get it.
jeez.
And there's the other guy,
What's this guy's name?
Caleb Brewer.
No shit.
Yeah, great.
Tyr, now you have a colorful military background. You did cool guy stuff.
Did some cool guy stuff. Yeah.
I know a little bit about your background, which I want you to tell. Like, hey, explain what you did.
I told all the cool stories at lunch, so this is just gonna be us just chatting.
Should have been there
Should have been there. Yeah. Where were you, Eli?
I had a meeting.
for 4 hours.
2.
2 hours. 2 hour meeting. Huh? Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
You want to go on my
Fine.
phone?
So my back's to
I was
Eli, and I'll tell you
these
guys.
businesses run.
There's a lot of things I don't want to go through, and your phone is one of them. I'm good, brother.
Surprising docile now.
I'll give you some wave tops, and then if you want to dive deep into those waves, we can do it because there's a lot, man. 31 years of service in the Army. I enlisted in 1995, which is before some of the people in this room were born, and I
That was
recognize
the
that.
year I was born.
There he is. Yeah.
Wait, 1995?
95. I enlisted
What
in
day?
95. May 4th.
You
May
were
the
in.
4th be with you.
You've been in the Army longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
my God.
And Savannah, my future wife, you're.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is, my back hurts. Like right now, my back hurts. 25 of that was in special operations. And previous to that, I was in the 1st Cav. But on paper, I had a Abrams driver's license as a 19 kilo, but I actually rode horses for the Army.
No
In
shit.
Fort Hood, Texas. Yeah.
So that's what I didn't know or wasn't sure is what made you. How long did it take for you to go? Oh, I want to do the special forces route. Like,
Well, see, what happened was I re-enlisted to go to Oklahoma Farrier College. Farrier, it's multiple syllables, not two. That's people that put the horseshoes on, shape the shoes, do all that stuff. They're foot doctors for horses.
that's what the. Okay.
Farrier,
I thought it was
yeah.
sparkling water.
Sparkling. That's sparkling pony. Yeah. So
Eli got it.
I was going to go to Oklahoma Farrier College. That didn't happen. And so I got upset and I threw a tantrum and I went back to an armor unit.
You have to go to college to put on horseshoes?
It's a good idea to get certified to do that.
You gotta like
It's-
dig the abscesses and shit out of their feet too, and
Yeah.
learn how to bandage them.
So I think,
there's a whole lot to it.
Isn't like Oompaville, like Caleb's dad's a farrier, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
it's a very difficult job, and it's one of those
I can go on
AI-proof
Facebook and
careers.
it's actually going to pull up because it hits my cycles now. And the algorithm's like, oh, Eli stops and watches this.
Just make sure
each
you spell it
time.
right, because farrier, it's with an A. Farr.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was going to go to that and didn't happen. So I went back to 28 Cav, and I realized that the regular army was not quite like what I'd been doing from E1 to E5 on horseback, because everybody there was volunteer. And if you didn't want to be there, if you didn't want the hard work,
Dude, that's
they'd send you back.
honestly, man, that's kind of my guilty pleasure is to watch the farriers scrape the
Oh,
hooves
yeah, dude.
and then
Scrape
get the abscesses
Yeah.
out of them.
Yeah,
So,
it's like,
Are
here it
you a
comes.
pimple popper watcher?
yeah, dude, I fall asleep.
It's
to that
always
stuff.
one more. It's
Yeah.
always one
No,
more
one
scrape.
more.
Dude, have you checked out the Hoof GP? It
I
just
don't know the
popped
Hoof
up on
GP.
my Facebook algorithm. But yeah,
Dude, it's just satisfying watching them with that razor just scrape the layers of the hoof off.
I'm weird. That does nothing for me.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's weird. I think
fucking
it's
scratches an itch
fairly
somewhere in my
normal.
brain.
apparently it smells like shit.
It does.
Yeah, I would think
Yeah,
so.
when you get down to some thrush, if they've been standing in like just shitty mud for a
called
few
thrush?
weeks. Thrush, yeah, it's basically athlete's foot for horses, but it's got to be cut out, literally cut out with a paring knife. Sometimes burned. That doesn't smell good either, by the way.
So what the fuck? I didn't even know about. Well, and now that makes more sense of your journey into special forces because you chose the not the easy route.
I didn't. Well, nothing about special forces is all that easy, but I was playing rugby for the Fort Hood rugby team. My teammate was going to SF selection and said, "Hey, you should come along too." And so I did, but I chose a different route in that way. My entire military career has been kind of like choose your own adventure type deal. It has been unconventional the whole way.
I would like to think you just stayed as a farrier and they just need like special forces like needed to drop you in fucking Helldivers drop pod style. Like we need a farrier now.
So, as a footnote there, or whatever it's called in the book.
A footnote, is that a pun?
Ooh, that is good. That is a stinky footnote. There you go. So
I'm done, I promise. I'm over my quota for
a
shitty
buddy of
jokes
mine,
already.
one of my teammates actually was a licensed farrier between his time in Ranger Battalion and Special Forces. He went to farrier college and was shoeing horses like before he went to the Q course. When he deployed to Afghanistan, they found about that. He was actually taking care of a small herd of horses at Asadabad that the teams were using to go out and patrol with. So it is a thing. He wasn't airdropped there, but yeah, it was a thing.
No shit.
It was definitely a military duty.
Also crazy, you guys used to actually do like there's groups that went out on horseback, and there's
Yeah.
that story. It's like the famous story.
Yeah, the
of,
horse
Was it the
soldiers.
13 strong? Was it
12 strong.
12 strong? Sorry.
oh, so that movie's not real.
But Chris Hemsworth told me so.
Yeah, so the thing is, which camera we need to zoom. This is
one.
important, kids. A special forces team does not revolve around the officer. It's the team sergeant who is notably absent from that movie plot line. And it doesn't matter if he looks like Thor or not. It's the team sergeant that keeps that team running. That's my PSA about special forces. That's very important. It's very important.
That you got pissed.
Yeah, it's good whiskey, good dudes on that team. The thing with that movie is Hollywood said, "Hey guys, we're going to make this movie with or without you. Do you want to be part of it?" And that's kind of what happened with that.
I have
So-
one of those, and this is, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I had one of those bottles that was signed by all the guys
Yeah.
and everything. It was just really cool. Like
Yeah.
to me, like that's really special. It's kind of neat.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, the horse soldier.
Or Soldier Bourbon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's SF owned.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of the dudes that were there in that operation and whatnot. But they, I had the bottle that was signed by a bunch of the dudes that was on the team. and I let somebody house sit for me while I was away.
Oh no,
Connor.
And the person that
I'm joking.
well,
What the fuck, Trevor?
I didn't do it.
and Connor, no, it was like the girl I was seeing at the time was like one of her friends or whatever house sit for me. And basically like, oh yeah, no, anything like mi casa, su casa, take anything you want, like shit off the bar, I don't care. And I didn't think that would extend to an unopened signed bottle of Horse Soldier, but they drank most of it.
That's wild to open some. Well, he did say.
I did not clarify, but that I was.
Why is there marker on this? Unopened.
Well, clearly this is the tainted one. It's got scribbles all over it. He won't mind.
He doesn't want this.
Made a bunch of notes. Like
So to this day, yeah, on my bar, there's a quarter full bottle of Horse Soldier that's signed by the guys.
Horse Soldiers. If you could get a bottle out from Tampa to the house in San Antonio, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sign it.
Sign it. Yeah.
You throw that up in the background.
Yeah. And then get one for Brandon.
Yeah. Two to 5 bottles, maybe a case. Who knows?
Yeah.
Why stop there?
Yeah.
You owe us money now. We'll invoice you for this ad.
So I did ride horses in Afghanistan, though.
No shit.
Metal Gear Solid
did.
5.
Yeah. But it was not tactical.
Yes, Eli. It's just like Metal Gear Solid 5.
I get it.
He had the box and everything.
Yes, Jimmy. Just like your Game of Thrones.
Just like it. I was up in, my team was up in Mazar Sharif, and we were doing split team ops. So half the team was on one side of the city, that was on the other. I mean, we're out in the country, but we're on either sides of the city. And this is in 03, so still pretty early.
Yeah, super early.
And still before some of you were born. So, whatever. But the guys on the east side had made friends with this local warlord named Kamgar. And I'm really shitty with names, but his is easy to remember because it's also one of the 2 airlines in Afghanistan. So he was a local warlord and he owned one of the airlines. So Com Air is named after Kamgar.
Oh, he's a warlord and he owned the airline?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's doing good.
Yeah. I mean, it's Afghanistan. It's kind of
John
That's kinda
C.
how business
American
works, right?
Airlines.
yeah.
My
right.
favorite. John C. Delta.
Yeah. Those are only stealth planes, though.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So, so they make friends with this warlord, and every Friday, Jummah, the only day off in the Islamic world, they were playing this game called Buzkashi, which literally translates to goat dragging in Farsi. And so it's this ancient game that goes back to like the 1200s. It's super barbaric. It's full contact. It's like playing rugby and polo at the same time.
It's the second worst thing that could happen to a goat in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I got nothing for that. Yeah, well, we'll go along with that.
goats.
I've seen some thermals. Yeah, so
Everybody's got a f***ing story.
it is a fucking story. That's for sure. So we come out there and we show up and we grip and grin with our teammates that we haven't seen in a week, and a couple of our dudes are on horseback and we're like, well, what are they doing? I'm like, oh, they're just hanging out. I'm like, well, I used to ride horses for the Army, so obviously I have to be on a horse. So they get me a horse. It's all saddled up. I get on there. I'm wearing like zip off fishing pants and some hiking boots and the black fleece that you guys used to get yelled at for wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Because for some reason it's underwear. Yeah. So and a U of O ball cap that's all torn up because that's the school I dropped out of to join the Army. And I'm just sitting there, and I don't know how exactly I got wrapped up into the game because there's not a firm outer border to this thing. But I ended up being a player in the game. And how this game works is there's a headless goat, and it's got the feet cut off, it's got the head cut off, and that's the ball. That is the ball. So it is sitting in a circle. Yeah, it's a torso.
Okay.
Yeah. It's sitting in the circle in the middle of the pitch. And the rugby part of this is like there's a scrum. Everybody's fighting to get to the center and pick this thing up while you're mounted. So you got to like hook your boot over the cantle of the saddle and lean over and grab this thing. Meanwhile, people are kicking, punching, pulling, bop it, twist it, pull it, all this stuff. And you're trying to pick this thing up. It's funny. I just recently learned there's actually teams.
How
I didn't
does this
know.
get
I thought It was
made?
like a one for all. I don't
How do
know.
you come up with a game where it's like, okay, and we grab something? What, do we have anything?
To be fair, a decapitated goat is easier to come across in Afghanistan than a soccer ball. So
There are a lot of soccer balls too.
There's a lot of
But that's
soccer
from
balls.
us.
Yeah,
we did
right.
That. We did that.
well, yeah, you saw what happened to the goat.
That was sweet. Soccer ball diplomacy. Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't drinking water or security. How about a soccer ball? All right.
I hate how true
See
that
you,
is.
see you here.
Brandon, what shirt are you wearing?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Eli. I'm wearing my poncho shirt.
That's not what a poncho looks like. It looks lightweight and breathable.
It is lightweight and breathable. It's also fantastic for summer because, like said, it does breathe, it's very lightweight, and it also offers SPF protection.
You mean UPF?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Bad hearing.
Legitimately, on the campaign trail, these ponchos were basically my everyday attire. It's just the perfect mix between looking professional, feeling good, and just being fairly casual.
Is that the Western style? I'm just guessing because the pearls.
It is. Once you go pearl snap, you never go back.
The best promo for this, they weren't our sponsor. The guys and all of us wore them before.
Oh, we sought them out as a sponsor. We were already in love with the shirts, and we were asking them, money, please.
That's the best sell pitch.
It's the best endorsement I can give.
So if you're looking for a lightweight, comfortable shirt for the spring or summer, look no further than Poncho.
Go to ponchooutdoors.com/unsub for $10 off your first order.
PonchoOutdoors.com/unsub. Go check it out.
So I get in there and like the horses are rearing up like Hio Silver style, and they're trained to do that. Like they're part of the contact of this game. I fought my way in there on horseback. I lean over. I get this thing, and I wrapped.
Where do you grab it from?
So I grabbed one of the legs, and I just muscled it up like. Just,
I thought there were no legs, right?
No, they cut off the feet.
Oh,
No
the feet.
feet.
Oh, okay, got it.
yeah, it's got legs, no feet. So I haul it up.
Exactly.
It's an interesting distinction.
And the head.
I don't know why the feet are cut off. Honestly, I really don't. Maybe
Might
it's
run away.
Yeah, why not?
Does that
It's like a
hurt the
chicken.
goat?
Yeah. How does the goat feel about this?
Did he died?
So I wrap my leg around this thing, so it's nice and secure-ish, and I've got like one leg across the saddle horn. And the next step is you've got to ride around a certain point. In this case, it was you had to do basically a lap around the pitch. So I'm riding this loop around the pitch, and people are pulling on my horse and like whipping it on the ass with the crops, pulling on the reins, but there's also a couple dudes like in old Russian tanker helmets and wearing like Karzai jackets that are blocking for me.
So you got like goalies too?
On
Again,
horses.
Like that?
I didn't know that. I thought it was like everybody against everybody when I got in there, but it turns out it's like teams. So
The
Punching
old
your own
Russian
teammates.
The old Russian tanker helmets and shit. That sounds like old like Native American warriors wearing like conquistador armor.
Yes,
and shit.
exactly.
Like it's kind of
yeah,
cool.
exactly like that. And dude, I'm writing an article about this right now for National Cutting Horse Association magazine. So I had to go back and do a bunch of research.
I subscribe to that actually. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to reading the article.
Yeah, same. Next
you
week,
bullshitting
right?
me? Yeah.
No,
National
I'm
Cutting.
completely bullshitting you, but
Well, I'll send you one. How about that?
I would read it.
Yeah.
You throw it away. It's still
Tyr did send it to me.
So where was I? Riding. I'm doing a loop. I'm riding the loop. Russian tanker helmets, Karzai jackets are all blocking for me, and then you've got to drop it back in the circle. So I managed to do that lap, and I get it in the circle. And this is where the awkward moment came up because I didn't know they were playing for cash. And at the time, 03, like $3 a day was the average Afghan daily wage. So there's like the warlord's representative in a megaphone, and he's just walking around. He's like blah 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 blah. I'm like, he points at me, blah 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 blah, like, hey. And then he hands me this wad of cash. I'm like, oh, well that's awkward. So in Special Forces School, the culminating exercise is Robin Sage, and it's all about linking up with your guerrilla force, building rapport, maintaining rapport, getting the trust of the local government and everything else. And there's moments exactly like this built into the scenarios. Mine, I had to marry a local guerrilla medic. That's an entirely different story we can get into. But
So 5.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Rebecca. I forgot to tell you about the one in training.
I'm sure she'll love finding it out here.
So I got
Might want to jump ahead of that on text.
We gotta talk.
We'll just cut that one out. So I just found the nearest dude in a Karzai jacket with a tanker helmet that I knew blocked for me, and was very obviously a direct descendant of Genghis Khan. Like, he had those features, and I was
Asian?
like, oh yeah, wicked Asian. And I just like, and you know, I kind of expected some back and forth, like, no, please, oh no, please,
Fuck
no,
no.
please. He was just like, he just grabbed it, like, he tucked it in his Karzai jacket, like, my man.
He's gonna love this. I'm gonna get a giant thank you. Peace out.
Yeah.
That's a weird sport.
Yeah. It was outlawed by the Taliban.
How progressive.
Right. Well, they're literally the fun police, right? So they're like, what is this, fun? No.
Ban everything.
No, ban it. Kites? No. Ban it.
What? Kites.
Kites. They banned kites. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yes.
Yes.
Also banned.
That too.
Funny story.
Not super popular.
Not sure if you know anything about the history of the Middle East.
Wait, they don't. What do you mean they're not friends?
Jesus Christ.
Is it hot in here?
How's that campaign going, man?
Great. A
to this
fucking hour
point.
ago. Well, I'll see you in the
Man.
headline.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I like to see this is unsub to a T. It is. So why'd you go the medic route? This is
So
me
anyway, there was
taking-
this decapitated goat.
No feet. Wait, I thought it had legs.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I went to selection. I just knew that my buddy was going, and I kind of had this feeling that if I didn't go, I'd always wonder if I could have made it. And my whole family was in construction, so I just kind of like fast forwarded this vision
Same.
of 10 years. In construction?
Yeah.
Mud people.
Is it you drywallers? Is that what you're talking about?
Legitimately, yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what
more
I'm
on
talking about.
Yeah.
Too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about, but
I grew up on job sites. I get it. Yeah. So I just pictured myself being, on a job site like a decade later, talking about what could have been. If I thought about going special forces, but whatever. And keep in mind, nothing's really going on at this time. This is pre 9/11. I went to selection in '99. So
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
yeah, it's different. The only thing that was really going on that anybody knew about was Bosnia.
You're
So-
probably more picky during that time too, then, since it was like no war.
Yeah, so I didn't join for patriotic reasons either. I joined for college money and TRICARE, and I just kept re-enlisting. So I thought I was going to be out in 2 years. And then, your re-enlistment window opens up really fast if you only have a 2-year contract. And that just kept happening.
What was your vibe kind of after 9/11? Like, I'm sure that was a radical shift for the entire military at the time.
It definitely was. So
You have a whole story for that.
I do.
So we'll go
Yeah.
really quick. Just what route did you go in the 18 series? Because that's
So when I finished selection, it was the hardest thing I'd ever done up to that point. And I'm riding this post-runner's high with endorphins. I'm like, oh, that was hard. So let's pick the hardest MOS, 18 Delta, Special Forces Medic. Why not? It wasn't really an interest in medicine. I just knew it was the hardest one from talking to dudes there. So that's what I chose.
this adds an extra year essentially, right?
At least. That's if you pass the first time, and most people don't. Yeah.
Is that like, oh, this is going to take a normal, it's 2 years is like fast
2
route?
years is, basically the
School.
the fast route. Yeah. So
Wait, don't you have to do basically a residency in a hospital and all sorts
So you
of
do
crazy shit?
you do two civilian residencies. You do one for your paramedic, or I don't know what it's like right now, to be honest. But when I went through, it was a month-long residency to get your National Registry paramedic, which is normally a 2-year program. We're 6 months into a medic course. Like 6 months ago, we were nothing. Within a week, we were EMTBs.
So were you here at like Sam Houston, like BAMC, or
No, they stopped doing that because we kept ruining all the medic students here.
All right. Explain.
Well, if you've got no special operations at a training base and all of a sudden you insert a bunch of meat-eating special operations dudes in a training base, you kind of think it's kind of the same reason we don't go to DLI in Monterey.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard and understood.
Yeah.
Me horngy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's introducing too many alphas into the herd. So, yeah, so I chose medic. And then, so August, September of 2001, I'm doing my paramedic internship with FDNY. And then this weird thing happened like a few days after we came back to Fort Bragg, where some dudes got on a couple planes and threw them into buildings. And
What was that?
That changed everything. What was it? I don't know. It might have been remote control. Who knows?
We're
Can't trust the
specifically
media.
told not to forget it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. I will tell you this.
But you said FDNY as in like,
yeah,
no shit.
Fire Department of New York. Yeah,
No shit. So like that was.
Holy shit.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even click that till you just said it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to say Fidney all the time, but I was on this other job with a guy that used to be NYPD, and he's like, Fidney, what's that? I'm like, aren't you FDNY, the fire department, the guys you guys. That guy was a douchebag. Doesn't matter.
So that just like ships passing in the night, you barely.
Yeah, we'd been back for a few days, and we had this section called MilMed, military medicine. Basically, it was just throwing us into a 3-day field problem to remind us that we were not street paramedics. We were Army medics, and it was just a beat down where I got this full thickness 3rd degree burn. So we'll put a pin in that one. That's funny. And we came out of the field. We went and did PT, and that first plane hit while we were in PT. Showered, came into the classroom, and they had a live feed going up on the big screen, and you could see the first tower smoking, and nobody really knew what was going on at that point. But we were in our seats and watching live when the second plane hit, and we sat alphabetically. And I remember turning to my left, and the guy next to me was Kane Smith, and I remember turning to Kane and going, "We're going to war." And yeah, everything was different from that day on. Because prior to that, you know, I'd gone to selection basically just to see if I could. And then I went to the Q course to see if I could. And my plan after that was to just go do missions, you know, training missions in Southeast Asia, maybe do some remains recovery, like, because that's a cool job. There's still people missing from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And
shit.
they always have an SF medic attached to them.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you
I knew that they were probably missing, but I didn't know that we were still like actively sending dudes out.
Yeah, there's an office out of Hawaii that specializes in remains recovery. And it's not all military. They've got like anthropologists and archaeologists with them and whatnot. Yeah,
that's still
it's
really cool to go above and beyond just to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, even if they died in World War II, we want to bring them home.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. I didn't know about that.
Not to bring it to like, you know, modern day geopolitics, but that was like a lot of the shit that like when we did that rescue operation for that pilot in Iran, where you had all these Europeans like, this is such a waste of resources. Why go after one guy? It's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Americans are built different.
That's what we do, man. That's a big thing that sets. I've worked with a lot of militaries, and that's one thing that sets us apart from not all of them, but many of them, is that we know when we leave the wire, hell or high water, we'll be returned to our families. We don't leave anybody behind at all.
That's the tweet that I saw in that regard was, you know, it was just retweeting like all the Europeans that were just saying like, oh, I can't believe they do this. You know, it's a terrible idea. The amount of equipment lost and this, whatever. It just said, yeah, this is why you can't become an American from just a piece of paper. Like we're different.
Yeah. I will say this about immigrants, though. They're some of the best Americans I've ever met.
Especially like a lot of times the first gen. Like
Yeah.
the people that are escaping somewhere where they know how bad it was.
Bro,
like they have a regard for it that
I'm a
gets
big
lost.
fan of, I mean, it's not that I don't, we won the lottery. Were you born here? You guys got questionable last names.
I was on the record. I was.
See,
See, and what is it in
question
Korean?
Cody though.
Yeah, Garrett. Where's Garrett from?
Where could
Meanwhile, my first name's Nordic and my last name's Czech German. So yeah.
He's like a Russian sleeper agent.
Hello, it's me, John Smith. Howdy, howdy, cowboy,
also
USA.
American.
November, whiskey, 14.
The wake up code.
Kill John Lennon.
Yeah, it's just I was in an Uber in Nashville a couple of years back, and when I booked the Uber, it said driver is hard of hearing. I was like, okay, cool. Well, my stepdad was a pastor at a deaf church, so I kind of grew up around that community. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I mean, I don't speak sign language other than
baseline.
Yeah, and bullshit. Like, this is bullshit. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this will be interesting. But we get in, and he's obviously in my experience, a fighting age male of Middle Eastern descent. And but he has his radio on.
Is that what it said on the report?
That's what most of the reports say. Fighting age male of Middle Eastern descent.
Weird last name.
So he's got his radio on, and I'm like, why would he have his radio on if he couldn't hear? So I started making conversation with him, and like, where are you from? And he's like, and he's being real cagey about it, which kind of piqued my intel background, especially with the fighting age male of Middle Eastern descent. Turns out the dude was a naturalized citizen, born in Afghanistan, had been an interpreter for the Marines, and we broed out, completely broed out by the end of that 15-minute Uber ride. He was a good dude, fine American. But he didn't like to say where he was from or anything like that, because he'd had some good old boys give him the good news a couple of times. Yeah. It was unfortunate.
You said it was in Nashville? Mm-hmm. I found that there's a huge Burmese population in Nashville.
Burmese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's massive. Like, there was the one time, I think it was for my fight, me and Eli were Ubering around all over that city. We had over 8 different Ubers, and 7 of 8 were all Burmese.
Huh.
And I do not know why. But I think it's a lot of it, I imagine, is church groups and things like that would bring in refugees.
That's how my family got to Texas.
No shit.
Yeah.
What's the background there?
Late 1800s, there was a huge German immigration to Texas. All immigrated. They came in through Port of Galveston.
I watched 1877.
And yeah, there you go. Yeah.
1883. Which one was it?
Close.
I don't even remember which
1883.
one it's called.
6 years off, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, there's a lot of German towns like Fredericksburg, Bernie.
yeah.
There's a lot of German influence here.
Yeah. So my family is from Coryell County and Bell County. So when I rode horses for the Army at Fort Hood, we did demonstrations and parades and rodeos and whatnot in every little town in 100-mile radius of Fort Hood. And there would always be another Symank coming up. Are you Robert Lewis's boy? I said, I'm his grandson. Oh, that's so good to meet you. We're your cousins of blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so there was a big old immigration in the late 1800s.
I think through all of our years in business on the internet, we've all used Shopify. I've used it for merch and my skate shop and a couple other businesses.
I will actually agree 100% on that. Everything we do is run through Shopify.
Even bunkers run through Shopify.
Our shoes, which is a separate company, is run through Shopify, and they talk together because of Shopify.
Shopify runs the world.
Did you know Shopify will actually help you design a website also, Cody?
I know I didn't know about starting an online store when I started my career online, and Shopify just made it super, super easy for my dumb ass.
Brandon, what happens if people haven't heard about my brand, though?
That's actually easy, Eli. Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-use email and social media campaigns.
Step Cody, what happens if I get stuck?
Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service.
Step support, bro. You got my back.
And your front.
Shopify helps millions of businesses around the world, and
10% of all e-commerce in the U.S.
From household names like Mattel or Gymshark to new brands just getting started.
Unsub shoes, Unsub merch, bunker.
No shit, we've all been doing this for over a decade, and Shopify is the easiest e-commerce platform we've ever used.
I think every single one of us has used Shopify at one point.
I think all our businesses right now are using Shopify.
Oh, except mine, but that's because it's guns. Can't do that.
Just one of them can't. Turn those dreams into SFX, cha-ching, Shopify new sell sound.
And give them the best shot at success with Shopify.
Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/unsubpod.
Shopify.com/unsubpod.
It's wild to see all those different jobs, like riding horses for the Army is something. I mean, I thought being a boxer for the Army, I was like, cool, you just box all
You
the
box
time.
for the Army?
No, I didn't. No,
Oh.
I wish.
But those weird jobs, right?
Yeah, like horse riding. I'd never in a million years I'd be like, oh, you can get that as a job.
Because I know we've got that still at Sam Houston. We've got, but it's mostly like for ceremonial shit, right? Like we've got like an actual like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a horse corps, essentially.
The color guard, probably.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
But they have like horse stables and everything on base, like specifically for that. And it's just a bunch of little odd jobs that you wouldn't think of. But you're like, oh yeah, well I guess the Army does need that.
Some of the oldest stables in the Army are at Fort Sam Houston. We'd come down to Fort Sam for Fiesta every year. That was the trip to get on. That's why
rowdy.
you fought to get on the road crew in the horse attachment, so you could get to Fiesta for 2 weeks TDY every year. Yeah, that was a good time.
Cody, what's the weirdest job you think you know of in the Navy?
Not weird, but I know the band was a very unique one. We did have Navy boxers also. I don't know. I think it's about the weirdest thing I could think of.
I feel like it's time we bring back not just the football game, but let's do, I don't know, this might be a thing, Army versus Navy
Buskashi.
boxing.
That'd be cool.
Well, boxing would be good too.
Go Army, beat the shit out of Navy like that. Come on, that
Don't
would
they-
be cool.
They have to still. I don't even know who the Army boxes. Like, is it who boxes?
I dated a Marine Corps boxer.
What was his name?
He got the.
I just said it right there. There's a ball right there. You whack it.
Oh, they still do that. Like 2022, Army versus Navy boxing. So they still beat the shit
That's
out
cool.
of each
Why the
other.
f- don't we know about that?
That's the stuff I just don't think they understand. Like that
I would watch
re-
the shit out of that.
Yeah, I would too.
Like, did you have to do the goat? Keep your goat alive.
Can we talk about that? Okay, I'm retired. Sure.
What are they gonna do? Fire you? Hard cut next week. He's a job. Oh, that's
It
on
really
us.
depends on when this airs, because I'm retiring in like the next few days.
Who got black bagged? Oh,
Do you guys know taking care of the goat?
yeah.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that for PETA reasons, but
Oh, really? See, I always wondered what.
Jurassic Park. What's going to happen to the goat? Like, well,
it's a very contentious issue, and it always has been, but mostly through Congress.
don't look at me. I'm not there.
So I'm just like,
Well, because to my understanding, that was something that, from stories that I've heard from people, that's something that we said that we stopped doing. Officially.
I can honestly tell you that it has been so long since I've recertified as an 18 Delta that I really don't know. I do know that there are companies out there with these like robotic patient models that are supposed to, it would make a Japanese dude jealous how lifelike these things are. I know that. So you read into that how you will.
Honestly, it's probably the other way around. We probably learned from their
We
technology.
probably did. There's a book out there called Bombs, Burgers, and it's all about technological advances that came from essentially vices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, the industry was really the leader behind, what was it? I think it was VHS.
VHS.
Literally internet, VHS,
DVD.
VR, all those. That robotics now, surprisingly enough, is like, hey, we got money to make. Well, let's fucking speed run this, and then
It's like Fallout. Never changes.
yeah, Metal Gear. That's the ghost stuff always made sense to me. I understand it's like, well, it's bad, but it's also that's how if you're dealing with humans during war and especially baddie buddies, that makes sense. It's like, hey, keep said goat alive.
I definitely used it. So 18 Deltas are trained in they're trained in basic radiology, dentistry, veterinary medicine, family medicine, tropical medicine, combat trauma, surgery, anesthesia.
You do anesthesia too?
Yeah.
That's so it was pretty much anything on the battlefield other than open, like What was the one thing you couldn't do, essentially? Because this is what's crazy to me.
I don't think there was something I couldn't do. I mean, there's doing it and doing it well, to quote the song, but I was the best doctor within a 4-hour donkey ride around me in Herrera, Afghanistan. And so, like, I didn't have a full operating room suite. I didn't have a clinic or anything else. So, FABLETICS, which is famous for being the space where like Clint Romachet and his crew was evac 2, my team opened up that base.
No shit.
Yeah. And at that time, it was just a callot in a poppy field. Like, it was so new that when Chinooks would come in, it would blow over our HESCOs because they weren't filled up yet. We were out there flapping. So my clinic was just like our patio. Like, I gave our weapons guy PTSD because, like, I know I gave it to him. Sorry, Barry. I know I gave it to him because I'd be doing some medevac or casevac, and he'd be over there. We living off the local economy, and I would see him over there just with this like 1,000-yard stare, eating dinner, like just like eyes ahead, trying not to pay attention to whatever it was I was doing. Like, I was so busy out there with emergency medicine that other medics were asking for permission to come in, like fly in and help me out from other FOBs and bases and whatnot.
No shit. So it was because, did you tell them the cutting a leg off story?
I did not. That's what this was leading into. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is the stuff where I didn't realize people would fly out to train with you, which makes sense when you hear these stories. They're like, homie is saving lives out there. He's doing it like this.
So it was my team, eight SF dudes, 1 platoon of Marines from 2-8, and then 1 platoon of our Afghan security forces. So if you go to the Special Operations Museum at Fort Bragg, back in the corner, there's like a statue of one of these Afghan dudes in a weird helmet, which they never wore. I told the curator about that. But in the background, you'll see a picture of me with them.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the famous
I've been to that
one
museum
that
many times.
Circulates around every once in a while. There's like 4 dudes on a ridgeline wearing UDTs, and one's carrying an M24, another's got an M21. I'm the guy with the M24 in that photo.
No shit.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't wear those helmets?
We probably pulled that picture up.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm
out
sure.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. About once a year, I have to go into comment sections like, no, that wasn't Delta Force. No, that wasn't the agency. That was actually 19th Special Forces Group from the Washington National Guard.
I was just going to ask who you were attached to.
It was ODA 931.
Okay.
It was a composite team that fell under the Utah National Guard, but it was all made up of Washington dudes.
Interesting.
Yeah, some of them were fresh out of the Iraq invasion, and then a couple of us were in language school during the invasion and missed it, so we jumped on the first thing we could.
Which is, even that, it's language while learning to be a doctor at the same time, and then it's all condensed into a year and a half.
I was there like 2.5, but I also
Still.
I needed a little extra
8-year
training
schooling.
on land nav, and I broke my leg playing rugby. So I added about 6 months to my tenure. But the 18 Delta course, there's very few people that go through it all the way through without recycling. So I didn't have any academic recycles in the medic course. So that was cool.
No academic recycles.
Well, I broke my leg.
Well, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. We were in a pretty academic heavy portion when I broke my leg. I actually broke my leg at the Citadel in a rugby tournament down there.
No shit.
Yeah.
We were just there.
Walked around on it for like 6 hours, did the bar crawl, went back to Bragg, and my girlfriend was like, you should go get an x-ray. Yeah. And then I was in a boot. Actually, I was in a cast. Some cool pictures of that surgery. Every surgery I've had done on me, I have scrubbed in and performed that surgery on someone else. And I'm glad I did that after the fact because, man, especially like the deviated septum, that is a brutal surgery.
Really?
Oh, bro.
You do even like that level of
I
surgery?
did that with an ENT surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do that myself. Like
He did it on a buddy. Just drunk one night. He's like, hey, I can fix that for you.
The Marine PL that was at Herrera with us offered me, I forget what he offered me, but he was trying to get me to do a vasectomy on him while we were out there.
No.
That's a super simple procedure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we do it right here. It's been about 20 years since I've done one, but we
I'm
knocked it
good,
out.
personally.
Volunteers? Weird.
Joey,
the girls are raising
you
their
want a
hands.
vasectomy?
Scalpel.
It's super simple. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could do it, but it seems
I could
pretty,
talk you through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody,
It's what's at stake there, I think,
I
is
want to have
the...
beanie babies, dude.
toss them balls up on the table. Brandon,
Toss
get
them
up
up.
in there.
Yeah. Did you get an ice pack and a couple Motrin? We can make it happen. Why not? Some duct tape.
I mean, the old rubber band and twist method.
That's for just taking your nuts off. Yeah, that's a whole different procedure. That works on calves.
It's still wild to be able to do that level of just fucking. That's crazy to me. Like going in the military, doing that. I learned how to put in an IV and apply tourniquets.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Which honestly, we don't even do that much. That IVs that much anymore.
Really? Why is that?
Well, so it used to be. You'll appreciate this. I mean, in every armed conflict, there is a rapid advancement in trauma medicine. Everyone throughout history. And tourniquets actually go back to like Roman days, like mechanical tourniquets. So it's weird that we had to be in the GWAT for civilian medicine to actually start accepting that again. But what was the question? I forgot. It's a TBI.
No worries.
IVs.
IVs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
I fucking lost it too.
Yeah. So hypovolemic shock, meaning you got low volume, so we need to increase the volume. It was believed, and it was protocol when I first started the medic course, that every trauma patient got 2 large bore IVs as soon as you could get them on, so you could increase their blood pressure. What we learned through war is that those fluids, they don't carry oxygen, so it doesn't really matter. So unless you're getting something that carries oxygen, like whole blood, then you're not doing that much for them.
Basically, you just need more blood.
You need more blood. You need the ability to. Everything we do in emergency medicine is trying to preserve oxygen circulation throughout the body. After that, it's all mechanics of how you do it. And if you can remember that, honestly, pre-hospital medicine's not that hard as long as you don't throw up. See?
It's helpful, I'm sure.
Yeah. Super easy stuff. So you went through all this, and then
I still want to hear the leg
I
story.
know that's why I was going back. Like it's tying in the leg story
All right.
of
So
just
Herrera,
homie.
Afghanistan, my team, this is like our 3rd location on this deployment. So we open up, when I say we opened up this base, I mean like we signed the lease agreement. Like we had a civilian government contractor with us when we initially signed this agreement. And when we were riding back to Saddabad with this dude, I was like, so what do you normally do? He's like, this is the first time I've ever been in anything like this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I sign lease agreements in strip malls for recruiting stations. I'm like, oh, this is different. So this was brand new to like, there was one U.S. outpost that another government agency had prior to us, about 13 clicks north of us, and they had abandoned it for whatever reason. We tried to get that same spot. The landowners were like, no, blah, 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 blah. And there was also this weird geopolitical thing where unless we were actively chasing a bad dude, we could not be within 5 kilometers of Pakistan. But you've got these mountains and this giant river that kind of limit what you can do there. So we found this one geographical anomaly, like Dapper Dan. Geographical anomaly.
Geographical oddity.
Where it was like this triangle of land across the river that jutted in this valley between these peaks of these mountains. And that was exactly the space we needed. Because otherwise we were going to have to radio back to Bagram just to step outside our own perimeter. Mm-hmm. Which was ridiculous. The whole thing was ridiculous. So we leased this land. So now we're the northernmost outpost on the eastern front, and this is very early 2004 because we had left Mez in our Buzkashi game just after Christmas. So we get up there, we open up this base. We've got empty HESCOs. We're doing like 3-day foot patrols and doing base construction. We were really busy up there. the good thing is we were so busy that between hiring every military age male and handing them a shovel to fill our HESCOs and being out on 3-day patrols constantly, the bad dudes never really had a chance to pop their head up.
You did 3-day patrols?
Oh yeah, 3-day patrols. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Dude, we were modeling it. So our Afghan security force model was modeled after like the Montagnards and the CIDG program in Vietnam.
No shit.
So we just took the small unit tactics that they were doing. We're like, let's apply it to this. So
how big were your backpacks like walking out on a 3-day mission?
full ruck, dude.
Jesus.
Full ruck, especially if you're carrying medical gear or commo gear.
I think about like, so you're walking out at minimum 40 pounds, right?
Oh yeah,
At minimum.
At minimum.
And then you're
Food and
going
water.
out for 3 days. So you have to bring food, water, everything for those 3 days, and you're sleeping wherever the fuck.
yeah. Sleeping, beautiful stars, no light pollution out there.
That's
Silver linings.
Yeah, yeah. That's my favorite thing about Nas is staring up at the sky.
Oh, dude.
Seriously, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So we're out there flapping, man, and sometimes ring flights would come in, sometimes they wouldn't. So the ring flight being like the resupply bird, and you'd know if it was coming. It was supposed to come every Saturday, but it didn't always happen. If they got shot at on the way up the valley, just usually turn around and go back.
Now that it's finally spring, I've been outside so much more than you have. Walking around, going for hikes, getting my exercise in.
He does it for smoke breaks.
What were you wearing?
Funny you should ask, Nick. I was wearing Fabletics.
Does it smell like smoke?
It smells like something. You take a whiff.
Smells fabulous.
Thank you. Turns out he loves the smell of my
They're soft, breathable, and built to last.
I think I did actually use Fabletics shorts during my boxing match.
Did you win?
Yes,
Good, that's all that matters.
it's because of Fabletics.
I want clothes that actually keep up with my heavily active lifestyle on my smoke breaks, and that's why I signed up as a Fabletics VIP.
Does that do?
Funny you should ask, Nick.
It means you actually can get 80% off everything.
Doctor gave me that when I was born. May not be long, but at least it's thin.
New VIPs unlock major savings on their first purchase, so trying new pieces feels even more doable.
Which you can do right now if you go to fabletics.com, use the code UNSUB, and sign up as a VIP. They're gonna do a quick quiz for you and try to figure out your sense of style. If you're one of our audience members, you're gonna need help with that. But be sure to select UNSUB as the option when you're signing up for your VIP.
It's gonna get you 80% off.
And it's a limited time offer, so don't wait. Go to fabletics.com/unsub for 80% off.
Again, that's fabletics.com/unsub to get 80% off as a new VIP member.
I think my balls would feel nice in these.
I love the idea where you're talking about there's this like civilian side, I guess, real estate specialist that's helping you sign the lease.
Yeah.
I'm picturing, I know I made the joke earlier about like the Helldiver style deployment of a farrier.
Same
but
thing.
it's like, it's literally just, it's Peter from Deadpool 2. Just the normal dude in the suit. It's like, we need a real estate agent.
If you put big square glasses on that guy, it would have been the spitting image of Peter on Deadpool.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh God. That's
Yeah.
it's just a
Wearing
very
those
funny,
triangle US rank on his
just being
DCUs.
airdropped out of a C-130.
Yeah. Yeah, just like,
Chris now.
yeah, it was fucking cool. So when I got up there, and obviously all the locals know that we're there. Even the ones on the other side of the mountain who were nice enough to bring us a puppy and ask us to stop putting mortars into their village. We were just trying to sight in. One went a little too long. They brought us a puppy. Please stop bombing us. I'm like, oh,
Accepted.
sorry.
The fuck's this dog for?
Sorry.
Can you stop the boom booms?
Yeah.
Did you guys keep the puppy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he
hell
didn't.
yeah.
He didn't come back to the States with us. We named him Buckley after the town that our company was in. A119 SF is in Buckley, Washington, at the base of Mount Rainier, which its only other claim to fame is Black Sheep. I don't know how you do things up in Buckley town, but here we go. The speed limit is like Buckley PD.
What was that from?
Black Sheep, Chris Farley.
Oh man, it has been a
way
long.
back in the day.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, way back in the
Brandon's
day.
probably never.
No,
Remember, I
watched.
enlisted in '95.
Yes.
So
but Chris Farley, like that is definitely in.
Yeah.
Cody's watched it.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah. Black Sheep, Tommy Boy, that old era.
yes,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, so you can cut that in. So
like, I don't know anyone else has watched it.
the graybeards in the room. Yeah. So this guy, he comes up. He's Afghans don't know their birthdays traditionally. They just don't keep track of it. So
it is a weird holiday if you think about it.
It kind of is.
Just very foreign. It's like, today you were born.
Yeah.
Then,
And then
like-
you've got
like
the
they don't
Korean
know their
thing,
age?
like, is your birthday the day you were born, or is it the first year?
oh yeah, they do that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
do-
your people, right? Yes, your people do that.
Like they know their age though.
Filipino.
No, like
no,
not
they don't know their age. Like I had some dude that was clearly in his 50s plus. He qualified for an AARP card, which is Afghan Associated Retired Peoples, I guess. I don't know what the AARP is. But he was clearly elderly, and he told me he was 16. I was like, I said, leap years? And then my interpreter looked at me like,
Chris
I don't
Hansen,
know
let's
what
take a
this
seat.
I was just trying to
You're
get a medical
saying
history.
online that you were 16 years old.
Yeah. Well,
He's trying to pick up other 16-year-olds.
It's that one.
they
meme.
actually like a
Hello,
little
my
younger
fellow
than
high
that
school
there,
students.
unfortunately.
How do you do, fellow kids?
That's the Steve Buscemi.
Yep.
Yeah. So this dude comes in, he's on his nephew's back, and he is old. Like, he's an old man. And his one foot was pointed 180 degrees the wrong direction. Just kind of hanging there. And I didn't really need to ask what the problem was there because it was pretty evident that he had foot in the wrong direction-itis. So I brought him in, and I'm talking to an interpreter, and it turns out, so sometimes you get family members, and it's always like an uncle that's bringing them, like, where's dad? I'm like, I don't know.
Imagine being a cop and tracking him through the snow.
I'm imagining it's the spot on the ground where it looks like somebody rolled around a punch.
Yeah, and for some reason it goes in a circle. Who's tracking who?
Okay, good.
So this dude,
Imagine it's where the screaming guy's laying on the ground.
he had been in a car accident on the one road that's there. He'd been in a car accident like 6 months earlier. He'd broken his leg in this car accident. And the thing was just hanging. And I told the dude through an interpreter, I was like, I can't help you here. I don't have my radiology equipment. I don't have any of my ortho tools. Because we're trained to like do X-fixes, external fixation, like drill screws into bones and basically doing like an erector set to splint. I didn't have any of that, like you do. So I was like, you got to go to Pakistan, man. I can't help you. And the patient, the old man actually hadn't said anything up to this point. It had just been all his nephew. And he speaks up and he's talking to this real hoarse, raspy voice. And I was like, what'd he say? He's like, and the interpreter goes, he says, can't you just cut it off? I was like, yeah, I can do that. Come back next Saturday. So I set it up. My medical hire, there was an MD that was SF qualified in Asadabad, like 3 hours south of us. And so I sent him up the case, and he fires back. He's like, I agree with your prognosis and your care plan, doc. No pressure, but the record for below-knee amputation in the Civil War is 3 minutes. But again, no pressure. I was like, got it.
Oh, no.
So dude comes back next Saturday, again, piggyback. I've requested the medical supplies to do this. Extra antibiotics, extra ketamine, extra Versed, because when I do the anesthesia on this guy, I'm going to pump it all through. I'm going to do all intravenous.
Yeah.
No Passover, no gas, nothing like that. I'm also the only Special Forces medic at this camp. So I had 3 Navy corpsmen that were with 2-8 of varying degrees of capability. You were in the Navy, you get that. Mm-hmm. So, and then I had my 18 Charlie, who was another guy in that famous photo. His name's Mig. He was a corpsman for Force before he went SF. And he was great to have in the camp with these medevacs and everything medical I was doing. And man, he could stitch. That dude could do sutures. It was beautiful.
So what's going through your head, like in the day at this point in your career, in the days leading up to a leg amputation?
Yeah.
You've already scheduled for Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Got it on my calendar. Had to cancel golf. Yeah.
Are you just like, well, this is another fucking day, or are you just like, oh shit, I got to amputate somebody's leg?
I will tell you in hindsight that I had a massive amount of confidence in myself that I probably shouldn't have had. And that applies to a lot of situations and a lot of things I did, especially in that first trip to Afghanistan and in the subsequent years in Iraq. Just, you got to fake it till you make it, I guess. But I truly believed I could do a lot of these things. And I did. And I did, Brandon.
Well, I mean, as long as you did.
So
It's like Christmas Day, you're just counting down to cut this dude's leg off.
So, yeah.
You're
So
breaking off the
close.
little paper daisy
Yeah,
chains
you
or
can't
whatever.
sleep
Yeah,
that
like,
night.
she's
It's like, oh.
it's an amputee advent calendar. Like, ooh, it's the leg. So the guy comes back on Saturday, and the ring flight hadn't come in, and I wasn't sure if it was going to because it was already late. So I pointed to these two conventional medics that had come out to get their hands bloody. What do they call them back there? It was 63 whiskey or 91 whiskey. We need the electrician here for this. It was his old MOS, whatever the conventional medic was. So
Nick was born before. Nick's younger than you, right?
He's slightly older.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, but he was a medic in the Army, right?
yes.
Yeah.
He was a combat
Is
medic.
it 63 whiskey?
It changed.
63 sounds right.
I think that's it.
It started off as 91. Yeah, because it was 91. 68 whiskey. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Trout.
I forget. If it's not 18, I don't know it. So that's which is designation for special forces. So I pointed at these two regular medics, and I said, "Go get the Sawzall kit from MiG's 18 Charlie kit. 18 Charlie's an engineer. We had these DeWalt like all-in-one, like 5-in-1 toolkits. I said, go get the Sawzall and get the blades and put them in my autoclave. My autoclave, which is a thing to sterilize tools, was a plastic potato chip can filled with betadine. So, with nothing but high tech out here. And they looked at me and like, you're going to cut his leg off with a Sawzall? I'm like, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Duh.
Yeah.
Stupid question.
Yeah. So
No, I just brought it in here for no reason.
So while they're going to do
DeWalt's
that,
going to love this commercial.
yes. This
That's the
episode
power
brought
of
to you by
the Home
Angela
Depot.
and DeWalt.
Blood squirting everywhere.
So while they went to do that, I heard the bird come in, and it landed, and it brought like 6 months of mail that caught up to me, and a big old box of medical supplies that I'd ordered. One of the things I ordered was I ordered this bone saw. That's specifically, I mean, it looked like a survival saw. It's like a wire saw, but it's made for bone. I learned something about medical logistics that day. You can't just order the saw; you have to order the handles with it. You'd think that'd be an implied thing, but it's not. Nothing is implied in the military or the government. You
God, how
have
much
to
do they
be specific about that. So I had the
So
saw that I
Sawzall it
needed.
was.
I had the saw, but I had no handles. But what I did have was like these thermobaric grenades that had big rings on them. So I grabbed the Marine PL and I told all the security, I'm like, hey, there's gonna be a couple big booms. Don't go shooting off into the sky about this. Like we'll radio. So I grabbed this Marine PL and we went to the edge of the HESCO. I said, all right, listen, we're gonna throw these over the wall on 3, but we were keeping the rings. He's like, got it. I was like, sir, what are we keeping? He said, the rings. He's like, show me like this part. I'm like, okay, good. 3, 2, and then it's like, wait, on 3 or after? No, we didn't do it. So we tossed them over, boom, boom, and our guard force did not go wild and shooting into the mountains of the air. So I called that success. I said, show me the ring. He's like, okay, good. So we get those back, and I'm trying to, my team of medics are like doing patient prep at this point while I'm doing this. And I'm busting the saw. I'm trying to get it on there. Like a key ring did not work. I'm like, fuck it.
You like setting off thermobaric grenades to keep the ring. I just think of like a kid, like he gets an expensive Christmas present and just plays with the box.
Yes.
It's the same shit.
It's exactly like that. Yeah.
Like that's what you went to that first, though.
I mean,
It's like not.
It's
Does
yeah.
anybody have a keychain?
Literally anything else.
I just as soon as you said that, like it didn't have the handles, the little like jingle from Home Depot started playing in my head. I'm like, and we're back to the Sawzall.
Dude, it was a lot of MacGyvering. So we've got this guy on the table, And at this point, I had done so many medevacs that I was just kind of like pointing to people, like, okay, like an attending doc, like you do the IV, you do that bandage, you start the 9 line. And I'm standing at the head of this patient, and everybody has tried to get an IV on this guy. Keep in mind, this is how I'm going to not only replace his fluids, it's how I'm going to keep him in a surgical plane of anesthesia. And nobody can get an IV on this dude because he's old, he's dehydrated, his veins are collapsed.
Was the goal to keep him unconscious the entire time?
Yes.
Okay. So like, well, I figured like they were pumping him.
Yeah.
I figured they were pumping him full of drugs. I just didn't know if they were going to knock him out.
I was taking my leather belt off. I'm like, here, bite on this.
I mean, you would have done it.
At that point, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
He wouldn't have known. He doesn't have
he asked
internet.
for it. So it's not like I was like, we're going to cut your leg off. He's like, please cut my leg off. So maybe.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
He probably was surprised there was anesthesia or anything.
Maybe. I mean,
Think about it. They're not going to know about that living out in the boondocks. You're just like, oh.
This dude's pain threshold had to be through the roof at this point anyway. Just walking around like 6 months with that bone grinding on just.
Did he ever say how his fucking leg got put backwards?
Well, I mean, it was a car accident.
Oh, and it
was complete. So we call it a non-union, right? So the bone, it's not like it was partially fractured. It was completely fractured. So it was hanging. And then I think from the hanging, just the way feet are weighted, it just started turning backwards. But it had been that way so long that he had like a crease in his skin from being turned the wrong direction for 6 months. So I don't know. I didn't do a lot of
anything but
hits
the
with it.
doctor.
Yeah. So this guy's on the table, and everybody's trying to get an IV. We can't get an IV. So I decided we're going to do IO, intraosseous, which we just got. This was new tech. Like I just gotten issued these 2 things called fast ones.
Oh, is it the?
Oh, yeah. The thing in the sternum. And yeah, there's plenty of video of this out there. You can cut this in. So it's this big red handle, and when you take the cap off, it's got just a series of pressure sensitive needles. Yes. It looks like the ball from Phantasm. Like, yeah. And then one spring loaded in the middle. And so I've got this Navy corpsman reading the instructions over my shoulder while I'm like, okay, line it up at the sternal notch. Yep. I'm like,
Oh, this is your first time using it too?
yeah, it had just been issued to me. Yeah. So, yeah.
Just about
Research and development.
Wow, that looks angry.
Some of this was like rules of the range, like don't put your finger on the trigger till you're ready to shoot, that kind of thing. No, your backstop and beyond. So he's like, apply firm, even pressure until you hear an audible thunk. I'm like, thunk. I'm like, ooh, that was audible.
How many needles is this? Because I don't like.
Isn't it like 9?
I don't know how many. It's a lot.
And they're not. These aren't like.
It's huge gauge.
Yeah, it's one needle that actually goes into the bone. I don't know how many of the pressure needles there are.
And the reason it goes into the bone is because
that's where you're going to deliver whatever it is, your fluids, your medication, whatever.
Have you ever woken up and felt the immediate need for a nicotine pouch or a cup of coffee?
I can't talk. It says no Nick on the can.
Yeah, no Nick allowed.
Big on. How many pouches, cups of coffee, or energy drinks do you need throughout the day to stop from crashing?
Too many.
Did those things cause anxiety or make you feel on edge?
I love edging.
Well, that's why using Ultra pouches can be a game changer for your energy levels. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch.
They deliver ultimate focus and energy that lasts 1 to 2 hours, all without nicotine or caffeine.
Well, if they don't have nicotine, what's in them?
Great question. Ultra partnered with leading neurosciences to develop these pouches, Cody.
You mean they have nootropics and adaptogens in them?
I know you mispronounced nootropics, but yeah, they got those.
Nootropics!
And adaptogens.
They use Infinity, all rights reserved, PX,
Alpha, GPC.
L-theanine, a totally naturally occurring amino acid.
And vitamin B6 and B12.
New customers can use the code UNSUB to get 15% off takeultra.com.
That's takeultra.com and use code UNSUB, UNSUB. I can't spell. I hope you can.
After your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them UNSUB sends their regards.
Please, for the love of God, show your support.
So that is the one line we had going on for this patient. So, and at this point, I'd already juiced him up with some ketamine.
Okay, good.
I am, because he was a pincushion at this point. So he's already... He's down for the count already. When I did this, we move him into the Marine PL's room. I'd kick the Marine PL out of his room in the clot.
You've got to have the most interesting. They play those stupid party games like the 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's like, yeah, one time I threw a crippled Afghani elder into a K-hole.
Bro, yeah, we got to line drinks up if we're doing Never Have I Ever. I'm like, It's kind of like I
Come
nicked
on,
the paper.
like-
Does that count? Like, we could do 10 of these podcasts. Yeah. So that dude he's on
the title of this episode. Such a good title. And it's
what
just
a
an Afghan.
dude, he was gorked out. So
It's gorked out.
He's got the Rainbow Road eye, like dilated pupils.
there's just medics around with chem lights.
You're holding the leg.
That actually did happen. So
I know exactly what video you're talking about too.
yep. So we get in there. He's on a litter. I've got my surgical team with me. There's pictures of this on my Instagram, by the way. There's like dudes wearing rain ponchos and plastic trash bags instead of scrubs. I'm wearing mechanic coveralls and a bandana over my beard and a headlamp. And we go to, he's down, right? So I go to, I'd taken a surgical marker, like a Sharpie, and traced where my cut line was. I handed it to my assistant surgeon, and he traced his. And then I cut first, and I cut in, and he immediately screams out. He goes, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Ooh, that's not good. Like, he shouldn't be feeling any pain." So,
Oh, you cut it and he screamed?
yeah. So, but he wasn't like jumping off the table or anything. So ketamine's a disassociative. It's not necessarily a painkiller. It's a disassociative amnesic. So
Worse?
So his body is not registering. Like, his mind isn't registering pain, but there's still some pain there. So I had my warrant officer, who was running my anesthesia, hand me a syringe full of lidocaine. I juiced him up, and that made things better. I had been told, and I've never actually gone in and followed up on this, but I have been told that one of the side effects of ketamine in the elderly is sex nightmares. So I was kind of wondering, like, what's going through his mind.
I cast sexual trauma.
K-holes and sex nightmares.
What
The Tyr story.
Yeah, the Tyr story.
Afghani K-hole.
It's not too far from the title of my memoir, actually. So what the fuck?
How did they find that out?
I don't know. How did they do any medical research? I don't know. Maybe through.
They just went through a nursing home with ketamine. Like, well,
I mean, somebody had.
we're
to
about
report
to
it
do
at some point.
science.
Surprise!
We're gonna do science, and it's Ben Stiller. And so I hand the scalpel to my A-surge, my assistant surgeon, and I cut like this. It's called a shark bite technique. The reason we cut like that is so you have something to close the wound with.
Wrap it
Because
around.
the bones
stitch.
here, muscle, skin here. He cut straight down, and I went, no. He couldn't see that, though. I'm wearing a cravat over my face, and it's slow motion anyway. So it's like, no. So we just got to roll with it. So we get through all the tissue. We're cauterizing things. It's another thing. New thing we had was an electric disposable cautery tool. So I'm frying vessels, and it smells exactly like barbecue chicken, and which is really disturbing.
It smells super good, and
It
it's
does,
really
dude.
fucked
It
up.
is bad.
ID, dude, like when an S-Fest goes off.
You just get hungry. Yeah.
It's
You haven't eaten in
weird.
a while. You're like, ugh, that's disturbing. So
So you're just like, anything that looks bleedy, you're
yeah, arteries, veins, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried tying it off at first, but we hadn't done this previously together, so the ligature kept slipping off. So fortunately, I had these electric cautery tools that we'd never used before.
There's
Also
probably
new
like
tech.
200 people watching this episode that are very sensitive to this sort of shit, that are like trying not to puke in their f***ing car.
Yeah, well, go to my Instagram, go in the Wayback feed. You can see video of this. For whatever
Oh, no
reason,
shit.
IG has not taken this down. It's been up there for like
You gotta
4
go
or
find
5
that later.
years. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. And this whole thing was used in the schoolhouse later, partially as a, hey, this happened, and partially as a, hey, don't do it like this. But it's up there. So We get through all the vessels, and we get to the bone, and I've got that wire saw. I'm just like, and on the video, I had a surgery mix from the schoolhouse, like a surgery mixtape.
Did you cut below knee, above knee?
Below the knee. BK,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Would have
Also-
been a lot easier if it done AKA.
Dibs on the indie band name Surgery Mixtape.
Surgery mixtape.
Pretty dope.
It was good, man. It was a good mixtape. But Social Distortion is playing in the background while I'm going on the video. I'm going through this guy's bones, like it's like children are taught to hate. Just going through the bone. You see smoke coming up. Be calling for water. Corman just squirting it with IV fluid, trying to cool things down. I'm lucky I didn't break the saw. I know that now from a little more advanced training, but I did not break the saw. We get through the leg. Now I've got leg here, dude's stump here, and a new set of problems. Like what am I going to do with this? Because I don't have enough tissue to cover up the stump. So while I'm sitting there trying to problem solve this in my head and not stress the fuck out, because here's the other thing. I'm the closest thing to any kind of doctor, like for a 4-hour donkey ride. And everybody in this camp trusts me and my abilities to save their lives. Like this is a morale issue as well. It's very important I keep their confidence. So I'm looking at this stump, wondering what the fuck I'm going to do now. And Mig, my A-surge, goes, "What about that?" And I said, "What?" And he points at the end of the litter, and there's that leg laying there. And I was like, let's try it out. So surgical Sharpie, drew out a cut line, took that scalpel, cut around it, and now I've got this flap of skin from the dude's amputated limb. So we're just going to tack that on there, no big deal, like you do. I'm bringing it over, and I'm like, don't fucking drop this. Do not drop this skin. And I'm holding it super tight. Well, the thing about skin is it's got a fatty layer on the bottom, and if you hold it too tight, you get what happened to me. I'm bringing it over to size it up, and I'm pulling it too tight, and that fat on the underside was slippery in my surgical gloves, and it went,
Oh.
boom, on the ground. And everybody's just like, oh.
Pizza tossing the skin flap.
5-second rule.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, no.
And I said it.
I just blow it off.
I said that.
Germs don't have time to get on it.
So there was a SMU medic a couple years, like 2 years later. I saw him in clothing and sales. We knew each other from schoolhouse. And he just looked at me and he goes, "Hey, 3-second rule." I said, "It was 5." Like the story had circulated. So I said audibly to everybody in the room, 5-second rule. And I picked it up and we washed it off.
Oh, God.
In some IV solution and then some betadine. And I announced, because I was already hungry, I was like, "Hey, this looks like teriyaki chicken."
He's going to be so mad when he watched this episode.
Put that up on the stump.
Yeah.
I tacked a corner. I threw a Penrose drain in there. And I let everybody that was in there throw like a signature, 2 or 3 signature stitches in there.
Well, you had everyone just come up and just do a stitch?
It's like signing their name on something.
Here's the real question. What was your time?
It wasn't 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. So here's the other thing about those Fast 1 kits is there was a lot of them, especially in the early days, that the removal tool was stripped. So it comes with this threaded removal tool. You just screw it in and then you pull it out of the sternum. Again, I wasn't school trained on this thing. So I've got this, I only have 2 of them. And so I'm trying to remove this needle from the dude's chest, and I keep giving him little ketamine bumps. This is after everybody else is out and slapping hands and eating barbecue, cooked on Hesco wire for some reason. It's probably not good for you. So, and I'm up there like, and I'm trying to remove this, and Paul, my team leader, who's now a general, he goes, "Tyr, you have to get him out of here. Like, it is, dark is approaching." Like, because we were out in Indian country. We were not allowed to have. It was just like camp rule. If they're not our indige, they are not in the camp after dark.
You said you keep giving them ketamine hits? Mm-hmm. So you just like sex nightmare. Just a little bump. Uncle Rick, no. Whoa.
Fucking yanking
Is he
on
in
his
pain?
chest.
Like,
No, probably worse, frankly.
probably worse. Probably worse.
Send him to the dimension.
The dimension.
There it is. That's me.
Oh Oh fuck!
So
Send me to the dimension.
I finally opened up the second pack, and there's another removal tool in there, and it popped in, and I screwed it in, popped it right out, sent it on his way. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's my surgical team, rain ponchos.
Oh
trash
yeah, his
bags.
foot is totally the wrong
Oh
way.
yeah.
That is gnarly. That looks like a fucking potato.
Chaser friend, put this up and then blur everything, so you can't see any of what we're showing you.
Yeah.
Burst sausage.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty close.
That's that cautery tool.
Cool.
No shit.
You can see my glint tape on the top of my hat there. That's real common in surgical suites.
That's gnarly.
They look super sanitary. Just exposed 2x4 in the background. Literally in the background.
Okay, so
What's he going to do? Leave a negative Yelp review?
He could.
Yeah, in the form of an IED from his nephew, I guess.
God, he got some fucking homie needs to go to get a petty.
Okay, so where he's sitting right there in that litter, that's our front porch. That's
Them
where I would do all my
dirty
medevacs.
I was gonna say, his fucked up foot looks like a potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just love the Yelp review things. Like, 3 of 10, didn't even leave a chocolate on the pillow.
And that's the dimension.
No, he's still. That's Afghan dimension. He wasn't down yet then. That's Afghan. That's how it came in. He's just
That's all natural.
That's standard pain right there. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the windows you saw in the background. So the pictures where he's laid out right there. That was like pre-surgery. That's where I did all my medevacs. I wasn't in the room. All the Marines from 2-8 were crowding around the windows right there and like moved the litter stands out of the way, and they're just staring in. And the reason there's photos is because now General Sellers had presence of mind to take some photo and video of this whole thing happening. Which, thank you, Paul. So, but those Marines, they're all infantry. They're crowded around and they're just watching, and I can't see them because they're behind me and in the window. But I heard one of them say, "This is after I cut the dude's leg off." I heard one of them say, "Dude, we should take that leg and feed it to the dog. Remember cute little Buckley?
Oh no.
He grew into a monster." So
He has a taste for flesh.
and so I didn't acknowledge that, but I grabbed one of the surgical team after this is over. I said, "Hey, grab that leg, go out under the cover of darkness into the LZ, dig a hole that is a by regulation cat hole, at least 3 feet deep, and bury it. I do not want to see our dog walking around camp with a human leg in its mouth, just gnawing away."
That'll make it to New York Times.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm surprised you didn't give it back.
Bro. So he came back the next day after.
Well, how'd
recovering.
you? So you finally got the needle out?
Yeah. And then once that was out, and he was also loaded up with enough antibiotics to kill anything.
Cure anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it was probably antibiotics that had never even been introduced to that country. So he could have been like.
He cross-dresses now, though.
He's gay.
That's a development.
He doesn't goats anymore.
He's Afghanistan's #1 advocate for autism, So
Oh, goat is disgusting now.
So he came back the next day, and I took his drain out, and he came back every few days so I could check on it. And then 2 weeks, nothing. But the last time I'd seen him, there's pictures of this too. That flap that I'd thrown on there had turned completely black. It wasn't stinky. It was not stinky meat. There's nothing rotting, but that flap that I'd sewn on there with that baseball stitch was completely black. And then I never saw him again. So fast forward several months, we rip out with a team from 3rd Group. I go back to Bagram, Siege of Sodef, and I'm talking to the Siege of Sodef surgeon. And I give him the whole case study, and I'm worried about this. And I tell him I'm concerned about this. And he goes, "Was he alive when you left? When you last saw him?" I said, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Good job, doc." And that was it. That was the whole thing. No idea what happened to him.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's probably 17 years old and just doing the thing in Afghanistan.
Applying lipstick in the mirror.
Listening to Goodbye Horses.
Little meat flap. Oh my God.
On one foot, though.
Nick, tell us about your Cash App experiences, but keep it clean.
I use it to send my sister money sometimes.
That's pretty clean, yeah.
Kind of hoping you'd have a more interesting story, but no, that's cool. That's fine.
I use Cash App all the time, genuinely, whether it's...
Sometimes me and Brandon go out for dinner and drinks to have a great time. He doesn't consider it a date. He calls it friends hanging out. I consider it a date, and I take that a little bit personally. So when we leave, I bill him on Cash App.
Which is weird because I paid for the bill anyway.
Think of it like a fishing license.
What?
King trout.
Boy, am I the catch.
Anyway, all of this is possible through Cash App.
How interesting you bring up Cash App, Brandon. I have so many things to say about it. Cash App just released a new status program to follow the way people spend money called Cash App Green.
It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms.
Now, when you spend at least $500 a month on Cash App Pay or the Cash App card, you unlock Cash App Green.
That unlocks benefits including up to $200 in free overdraft coverage.
Higher borrow limits and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop.
Turn everyday shopping into status with Cash App Green.
Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new.
There you'll learn more about this and other great features which are launching now.
For limited time, new Cash App customers can unlock $10 by using the discount code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up. And send $5 to a friend within 14 days.
Just put that in your profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days.
Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App. A Block, Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
How did he get down to get drained and shit? Just
Piggyback.
like hobble? No, okay.
Yeah, his nephew brought him back.
God, that nephew,
Piggyback.
Gangster.
The walk home was way easier.
So that guy's last words to me were, "When do I get my wooden leg?" And that's how I knew I was successful, because he was asking for things again. I said, I started the same way I started that case. Like, you got to go to Pakistan, buddy. That's we don't deal in wooden legs here.
I remember if he was probably super disappointed. He's like, they will definitely give me a prosthetic when I leave here.
He was pain free. I mean, that thing wasn't turned the wrong way anymore.
Yeah, we suck at doing that for our own guys. Fuck you.
Oh, we should ask Clint Romachet if there was ever a ghost of a single leg just drifting by the LZ when he was in FABLETICS.
Clint.
Are you going to text him?
Just imagine just rolling over in the middle of the night. What the fuck?
It's just those fucked up toes like tickling his ear.
You
a visit from the dimension.
I am Sex Nightmare. Whoa! Whoa!
I am Sex Nightmare is the new shirt.
Berserker.
Time for a visit from Uncle Touchy.
Uncle Touchy.
What if it just like came up and like just like grabbed your toes with its toes? Like, just,
I don't like that.
Oh.
I just love like a pocket full of fucking ketamine. Pocket trauma.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Chem lights and sex nightmares.
Oh, such a good title.
The Tyr story.
It's a Tyr story. So I'm writing a memoir right now. I've been writing memoir, but I figured it'd be easier to publish once I was out instead of like gradually, the whole SF Sergeant Major thing versus author. Plus, I'm not a SEAL, so and kind of breaking new ground here.
Oh, yeah, you made it. Even that is a crazy story. I remember when we did like Drunken Debrief and hey, Sergeant Major of Special Forces wants to be on. I was like, huh? I just started that shit.
That's
and I'm
right.
like, why the f does a Green Beret Special Sergeant Major want to be on this show?
I remember some of that.
Yeah. I still probably have the footage.
What I really remember was because it was Utah, we had to. There was a time crunch to get to like the state-run liquor store, so that we could load up on booze.
The 2% alcohol beers.
Because I think we were going to film on a Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget, man. All those stupid rules.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Salt Lake is wild with that.
Yeah.
One beer, no shot. You have to do like one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but they legitimately water down their booze. Like their beer, I think, is like, isn't it specially made for like Utah?
It's like a 2.5.
Something like that.
That's a good question. I didn't drink a lot of beer
sure.
in Utah.
The one night we sat around, my first time up there, we were sitting around with Best. I think we each drank like 20 beers, and we're still sitting there like, you guys
feel
good?
anything?
Like, yeah,
Like-
we're like, everyone's good, right?
There's
Yeah,
one
we're-
Mormon that walks by who's like, bro, I'm so buzzed.
Like, I feel hydrated. Like, what are we doing here?
Even the shot machines are measured.
Yeah, they've got the
the
little
electric
devices on it.
thingies.
It used to be, you probably remember this. It used to be they in the bars and restaurants they had to have like a cabinet or a curtain that went over that hid the booze in case any children could see it because it would ruin them.
I didn't even remember
The vision
that.
of alcohol bottles. That's gone now. That was a weird thing. I just remember being like down there like on State Street at closing time and the bartender's like putting up cabinets over the booze. I'm like, are you trying to tell us something? Like, no, you've still got some time. I'm just getting at it.
Yeah, apparently anything over 5% ABV or 4% alcohol by weight can only be sold in state-controlled liquor stores.
Oh yeah, that's it. You can't have beer anywhere. So you can't buy beer at gas stations less like the 2.5 Coors, right?
It has to be under 4% alcohol by weight.
So you can buy shitty beer at gas stations. Everything else has to be bought at.
Oh well, Utah beer is a maximum of 3.2 by weight. Excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah. There it is. That's what I was talking about.
Just carbs.
Yeah.
Are there rules? And like, I wonder if there's ways around that because I thought polygamy porter was more than that.
Like a Coors Light is too much.
It's like Coors Ultra Light. The can just floats by
I forgot, like,
with the ghost of a foot behind it.
no caffeine. There's a whole bunch of rules there. But also, you like still like going back to you made Sergeant Major, which is wild to me.
That is wild. That's wild to a lot of people.
I was like, what the fuck? Why would you? What? You stayed in that long?
Yeah, I made it fast too. Yeah, I pinned 9 in 2014, and yeah, so
You did under 20?
yeah, way under 20. So I think I did. 7 took me a minute. I think I made 7 in 9 years, and then 8. I was only an E8 for I think 2 years, and then I pinned 9. But I was an E7 team sergeant, so I was already, kind of running things above my pay grade.
Doing all that. Fuck off. No, thank you.
Bro, looking in hindsight, I probably got promoted too fast, but it's also a law of attrition. Like, if there's nobody else, you're going to get promoted. And guys were, it's high to the GWAT. Guys are getting out.
So you sabotaged your superiors.
My team was full of rock stars. Half of them either went to SMUs or the intelligence community.
Just throw dust everywhere.
or I sprinkled them with ketamine. and I left. No, I just
Like a good boy.
We had a rock solid team though. We really did. I would have stacked them up against any team in the regiment. And a lot of that was because even though it was the guard, like over half my dudes were doing special operations in the civilian world and just coming back. Like that's how Evan and I know each other, is because we were in the same guard SF unit. And Evan did a lot of shit before he started a company, and it was some pretty cool shit. And yeah, so we'd come back from Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever it was we were to meet up, have a couple beers, do some training together.
Yeah, topple any governments lately?
Exactly, right? Yeah, it was 19th and 20th are probably the best kept secrets in the Army's arsenal. They really are. Just chock full of talent. It starts getting a little weird. Easy. It starts getting a little weird when you get like battalion level and higher, because then it's just admin stuff. Yeah. But at the company level and lower, dude, there's a lot of talent on those teams. A lot of talent. Yeah.
Yeah. At that level, it's always wild because we were just in DC. Mm-hmm. And I mean, how many generals did you interact with? And even at your level, because you're still a command sergeant major, but you probably didn't interact with generals on the daily.
So, truth by not omission, I never pinned CSM. I turned it down a couple times, but I never pinned CSM.
No shit.
Yeah, just keeping that out there. I'm just a regular old Special Forces Sergeant Major.
Command Sergeant Major says, "We'll force this on you. Just screw you."
I was in a
over.
command position because I was a company.
So you're not a
sergeant
command
major.
sergeant major. You were a commanding sergeant major.
Actually, that's a great way to put that. Yeah. So in Special Forces, the senior enlisted leader in the company is an E9, but it's not a CSM position. It's a non-CSM position. It's an operations position, even though it's a command billet. So I had that position for 5 years, and I was really, really fucking busy as a company sergeant major. So I had a task force deployment in that time. We had teams in EUCOM doing the EUCOM thing. We had teams in Southeast Asia. I took the company in the middle of a Thailand mission with Thai Special Forces. So I was concurrently a directorate sergeant
Sorry, as
major
a
in
reference to
JSOC.
lunch. That
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just heard Thailand. I was laughing
Yeah.
at that joke. I can guess where that goes.
you don't have to get very inventive.
Thai was my first trained language. I only speak it if I'm drunk and in Thailand. It's a difficult language to speak sober. For me.
Ugh. All the Thai you need to know.
So I'll put this out there. This is important for anybody working in the Pacific Theater. They're very, very good at gender reassignment and plastic surgery in Southeast Asia. Thailand specifically, very, very good at that. That is not something I was trained to do as an 18 Delta, but I was impressed with their skill. And one thing I would tell new guys that came over to Southeast Asia, especially if they came from CENTCOM originally,
This is why you know how to do vasectomy.
yeah, was
It's just a vasectomy
So-
plus.
there's a thing called JMPI, Primary Jump Master Inspection. So part of the JMPI is checking. You check buckles, you check the pack strap, pack tray, all that stuff. But one of the important things you want to check is make sure that they're not going to fall out of the parachute harness, and you do that by checking these two buckles, and the leg straps. And that is an important part of the safety brief for anybody going to Southeast Asia for the first time is check those leg straps before you take anybody anywhere. Just make sure there's no hanging chad, nothing else.
Hanging Chad.
Yes, yes.
Never heard that one before.
That's an old election
It's a
reference.
little political joke
Yeah,
there.
a little political joke. Yeah. Make sure there's nothing.
It's a dick.
No bulge. Yeah.
Look out for a dick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The other thing I would tell people is if it looks too good to be true, what do we say? If she looks too good to be true,
He is.
he is.
Oh, that's actually real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some really attractive dudes over there. They will bamboozled, hoodwinked.
That's the thing with Silicon Valley. It's like if you're a 4 and she's an 8, come on.
Ooh, I ran into that in Dubai.
We were talking a little bit about Dubai earlier.
Yeah.
It's one of the areas that Allah cannot see,
Cannot see you in Dubai.
and they act accordingly,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. It's like the Vegas of the Arab world.
I did not know this.
Oh, that's, I mean,
Yeah.
Poo girls.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
those stories.
Yeah. Dubai.
I feel like that needs a little bit of explanation.
Yeah, I know.
From Cody
were
there.
poop
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah, me and Brandon, we went with Heather one time down to Florida
That story starts
do-
off.
to do a.
Me and Brandon one time.
That sounds bad.
We went to.
He was for Black Rifle. It
Yeah,
was
for
like-
Black Rifle.
It's a different
She was
time.
doing a Mother's Day skit with what's her name, Corey Chase.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the dryer step, bro. Come f- me out or whatever they do. So we got to talking to her husband. We got to talk. We got to talking to her husband, who's been making adult films with her for 20-something years since they met in the Air Force, and he was telling
How
us
long? Jesus.
Yeah, he said it was like 20 years.
No shit.
And he was telling us about how a bunch of the girls in that industry, the industry, just whores, they would go to Dubai, and he was like, yeah, well they, sorry, they would pay them to shit on them, and we're like, what do you mean by that? Like the like the girls would poop on like these princes, these Saudi princes, and they're like, no. The Saudi dudes, the oil barons and all those dudes love to poop on the pretty little white girls. And so they'd throw them like 20, 30, 40 grand, and they would fly to Dubai, get pooped on, and then come back, and they called them the poo girls.
I'm just, as soon as you said that, I was picturing military-aged males of Middle Eastern descent, again, just in that squatting position, because they don't use toilets. They stand. They do.
If you got money, you use something else.
Yeah, they don't use toilets, or they use Russian girls apparently. But just the rooster tails I remember from being in Afghanistan. You know, we burned down latrines instead of cleaning them a couple of times. Just like scorched earth, start over, put padlocks on them because this is a U.S. only toilet. I'm picturing that just like squatting over, just.
Also, shout out to Cody. Just when was it? Last month, 2 months ago on Twitter, I see a girl commented something, and your reply, "Shut up, whore."
It was the opinions of prostitutes don't matter.
That is more refined when you put it that way.
He is
and I just see like 1 million likes on that, and everyone's just making fun of said whore. I was like, dear God, Cody.
a man of few words.
And then I threw ketamine at her.
Yeah.
Sex nightmare.
And now you're doing VA stuff. You're trying to help veterans.
Correct. Yeah, that's a great segue.
This is a great segue.
Great
Yeah,
segue.
yeah,
This is
great
what I do.
segue into my new corporate job. So there I was thinking I was just going to be retired. I just got my 100% PNT. My retirement's approved, and I'm looking for new property
What was
based off
the
of
100% what?
permanent and total. So your VA claim. So PNT means you're not being reevaluated unless you choose to reopen your claim for something. You're not going to be reevaluated.
Which at 100% PNT, you would never do that. Like,
No, that'd be dumb.
Yeah.
It'd be real dumb.
So he's off the hook forever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never heard.
Yeah. There's a lot of scrutiny with it. Like, I mean, I've got a lot of time downrange, and the VA will actually match up like your claims to your service records. And it's not just your military medical records. They're matching it to like, oh, you got a Bronze Star for service in Afghanistan here, and you're claiming that right here. That makes sense. Oh, you've got a combat medic badge. Oh, and you say you've got PTSD because you've seen a bunch of dead kids. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, there's that nexus, right? There's that service connection. So the VA does a very diligent, multi-level, multi-eyeballs job of looking at each claim that comes in. So when I'm watching all these things like come through, like, oh, there's so much fraud in the system, and then I see other vets comment, I'm like, and it's always the same comments, like, guys, we all know somebody that has 100% that shouldn't have 100%, and that shouldn't happen. And then I kind of come back and I'm like, what's your percentage? And like, oh, well, I actually have a couple years left. I'm like, that's what I thought.
Well, I have to say, like, I am that guy that does say that. So I can't be, because I've watched myself, like, I'm on the side. I've seen that happen like many times where I'm like, man, I struggled to get to
Right.
which is like whatever. We'll delete the percentage, but I struggle to get there.
Yeah.
Like, and mine is document, like, hey, blah, 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 blah.
You got shot.
Yeah, but
like,
and
that's
even then I
crazy.
got blown up 3 times. I got fucking like that. And then
That's what I mean. Is like you have a very clear, like, yes, I was blown up, shot,
Yeah.
whatever. I did combat deployments.
And then I hear it's like, oh, I'm at 100. I'm like, how? What the fuck? Because I went through 3 times.
And that's nuts, man. Honestly, for the fact that you've got a Purple Heart, I mean, that elevates things right there. Zach Bell and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago, and he said, he said, your special forces privilege is showing. And I was like, what do you do? And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Because I did, like, when I went into these C&P exams, the exams that the VA orders for you.
Yeah.
So you file your claim and you list everything that you say is wrong with you. And then they order exams to decide whether it actually is through a medical opinion. and those are called CNP exams. I can't remember what CNP stands for. So when I'm going through these exams, when I and it's all contracted doctors. So I'd go in and I would see, as soon as they, like, I'd sit down and we'd talk for half a second, but as soon as they realized or read that I was a Green Beret, it was like the demeanor completely changed, because they at that point assumed that I was not faking whatever it is that I was claiming, that I actually had been to combat and I actually did see all the bad shit that I saw, and which is great for me. But I feel bad for guys like you who are just little old infantry dudes.
Yeah.
Who, just got blown up and got a Purple Heart and got shot.
Well, I think,
Dude, General George, when we went and had dinner with General George, right, he knew. He was like, oh, you were with the strikers. You guys got fucked up, like, immediately at dinner. I was like, oh, yeah, you okay. You remember?
Yeah. A lot of my career past, like the blood and guts of the medic stuff, a lot of my career was avoiding conflict. Not like, oh, that's dangerous, I'm not going there, but like I was more on the intel side of things. So if I was actively engaging the enemy, something had gone terribly wrong.
So I do think one thing that did switch was I did this in 2008, 9, 10 ish area, and even when we were getting out, it was, hey, make sure you game the system. When you go talk to your doctor, they're going to try to pull it and hide it. They're going to drop a pin, and they'll ask you to bend down and pick it up. Don't pick it up, because that's them looking for ways to get out of paying you. That's what we were told getting out in like 2008. So, oh, okay.
That's wild it was that early.
That's still a thing. That's not entirely untrue. So nobody tried to trick me on anything, but I was told beforehand that, so range of motion is how they estimate how fucked up you are in terms of ortho injuries or musculoskeletal.
I got hurt on my right shoulder. They didn't write what shoulder got hurt over in Iraq. Guess what? They didn't document that. They said, well, it says a shoulder got injured.
Right. So part of the problem is what you just did right there, slap my shoulder, it was way too much movement. Obviously you can use it. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure your shoulder hurts.
Just
you have shoulder pain. So the coaching piece of this, which some people call fraud, absolutely is not fraud. It's just the way the VA system works. What I had to be told was, you've been pushing through pain for years, which is true, like over a decade. What they're looking for in that range of motion is not how far you can bend. It's how far you can bend before you meet any kind of resistance, whether that's from the way your body moves or whether it's from pain. And you have to swallow your pride and not push through that, or you and not only you, but your family is going to be penalized for it.
Which is hard, because what is the one thing they teach you in
Push through.
Don't go to the aid station. Don't do any of this.
Yep.
That's the one thing I've said. Hey, we need to switch that.
Who says that?
Dude, if you go to the aid station, you're
combat
if you go to the aid station.
Yeah.
Is that like institutional, or is that just like peers?
It's cultural.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cultural.
I had fucking tonsillitis. I didn't go to the aid station because I'm getting in trouble.
When I became a company sergeant major and we were getting ready to head out the door, one thing I told everyone in the room, and I did it with their families in the room so their wives would know as well, is like, if you stub your toe, you make sure your medic writes that up. Because if it's not on paper, it did not happen. And I promise you that none of what you're going to do on this trip is going to disqualify you from further service or keep you from going to an SMU or anything else. You need to get that documented. And even if you just have a paper copy of it and it never gets input digitally, have that paper copy. You've got to have that record, because it's got to be connected. And especially in the Guard and Reserves, those claims are a nightmare, because what the VA does is when you get your list of contentions, when you file your claim, they look at everything you claimed, and then they have to, a VSR has a veteran service representative or service rep, whatever it's called. I don't know. VSR, that's what it's called. They have to go in and they have to look at everything you claimed and try to match it up to when you were on orders. So if you can't prove that it happened while you were on orders, it's not service connected, unless it's a presumptive. So my initial sleep apnea claim, anybody that's been in the woods with me knows that there's either a bear attack or I'm sleeping in a tent next to me, right? I've got sleep apnea like a motherfucker. It is service connected, but when I had it diagnosed, it was on the back end of a jump injury. So it was actually a civilian doctor that looked in. She just looked at my mouth. She said, "How long have you had sleep apnea?" I said, "According to my 3 ex-girlfriends, a while." So, but because it was done by a civilian doctor and it wasn't on orders when it was diagnosed, the VA medical opinion was not service connected. You don't just go to drill and get sleep apnea all of a sudden, right? It's connected now. It doesn't matter because I've got like 400% disability. But
I will be the other guy on the side because I stand on that side where I see your side, but also that where I'm like, yeah, I
what I feel like we don't want to do is allow this room for negative press to impact the people that really need it. Like for combat veterans who have issues, who have been injured, who have debilitating conditions, them getting their percentages cut, them getting their benefits cut. That's absolutely not what we want. And so I don't know. I'm working on some stuff with Zach is one of the people I'm working with. Yeah. I'm working with a lot of the veterans group to work on legislation to prevent that. And I think the only way to do it is to do it where it's non-retroactive. Like everybody who's got a rating right now is perfectly safe. But like moving forward in the future, like how do we make sure we prioritize people who have actually, like, for example, either had combat deployments, like are actual combat veterans who have been wounded in the line of duty, or people who are subject to like gross negligence on behalf of the military. Like people who, you know, you don't necessarily need to have been in combat to have something that the military should compensate you
That's
for.
very important because there's a lot of injuries in training.
Right, exactly.
Like my team sergeant that went to Delta, at the time of his passing, he was the most decorated operator in the unit, but he burned in on a free fall accident. And, you know, that's obviously service connected.
Right,
you know?
right.
So if you want the opinion of a 31-year soft sergeant major, I think it actually goes back before it gets to the VA. The problem is really at the DOD level or DOW or whatever you want to call it, because I think the claims that come under the most scrutiny under public eye with our community and with guys like Caleb Hammer and everything else is when you've got somebody that washed out of basic or something like that, and now they've got a VA rating. Now, if they blew out a knee, I had a kid in college when I taught ROTC. He's got 60%, but he blew out a knee, and he was a semi-pro football player before he joined the Guard. That makes sense, right? But if you got people that were just failure to adapt, it'd be fun to have Rich on for this.
Oh, dude,
because I'm sure he would be like, he'd probably be like, they're the easy button for the services is to kick them out early. But because they've got a DD-14, they're now eligible for veteran benefits, and that comes with VA disability. And if they couldn't find an administrative reason to get rid of them, they're going to find a medical reason to get rid of them. And that pushes the problem down the road to the VA. And that whoever that commander is or that doctor is or whoever it is that has to sign off on that doesn't have to deal with that outside of, you know, the financial burden of being a taxpayer. So that's really where a lot of that starts, I think.
Off camera, I've got some ideas I'd like to pitch you just to like figure out your take on it, because I think it is something that definitely needs some movement, some motion, some would say. But because, I mean,
we've talked about this at the gym, and it is the one thing, because it is that it's a difficult situation. You have me where I'm like, okay, I've went through all this and I'm still like struggling. And then it's like, well, it makes it easier, as you're saying. Well, people that have been to combat, why are they struggling? Well, others. You do see some of the people on Caleb Hammer's show, and you're like, how the f*** that guy get 100%? I mean, and then vice versa, you get it. So it's like, if they ease it up, okay, then those guys get through. And then I'm still like, because I went through it at a harder time. Oh, well, you didn't get past, you have to do it again. So it is a hard situation. There is no easy way to solve it.
I mean, there's that initial entry part and the problem child part. There's also the way that the ratings are done. Like, I'm medically retired from the military.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. Even with everything I've done, it wasn't open and shut. Like, dude, I can't run anymore. I've got joints in my feet that don't work. I've got my back, my lumbar looks like a spider web under an MRI, right? But claiming those things, Army doctors looked at that and like, nah, you can still serve. But I was hospitalized for PTSD, and that's what was actually approved.
No shit.
Yeah. So the Army gave me 70% for PTSD. You need a minimum of 30 to medically retire.
What blows my mind, like the thing that, and this is like where I very first started to conceptualize like some of the issues with the VA disability rating system was I think I was 17, because like in North Carolina, I was living in Fort Bragg at the time. So yeah, sorry, I spent some time there too. But it's a
Thank you for your
it's a
service.
total shithole.
Thank you.
I joke, I'm like,
you
I
for
never
your
served, but I
service.
did a 25-year tour in Vietnam.
Oh man.
Don't do
Oh, the
don't
double
do that.
I like Brandon. Like, don't
Don't
Forgot about the double salute.
Don't do that.
But so in that state, in North Carolina, fuck you, dude. in North Carolina, I think in order to get a motorcycle endorsement before you turn 18, you need to take like the DMV motorcycle safety course or whatever and the dude I became friends with at that course, like it was just another young guy that was there. I was an Army guy. We would like just like fucking around. Like I'm 17, he's like 21, whatever. Like we would race to where we would do like the actual like parking lot, motorcycle course part of it. And we started like bullshitting a couple days later, and I'm like, so what do you do? He's like, well, I'm like medically retired from the Army. Yeah, I got like I rolled an ankle on a combat jump, and now I've got like 90% disability or whatever the it was.
Yeah.
And like this is a guy that we're literally like still winded from having sprinted 700 yards to like that, in my head at the time, like that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like I feel like there's something wrong with that system a little bit. And it sucks because like there's a lot of people that do deserve it. And like I would say more often than those cases where people get something they're not owed, there's people that are owed a lot that aren't getting it. And
there are. In fact, there are a lot of, and there are combat vets out there that have never filed.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I was teaching at the Air Force Academy last week. There's like 84 mostly Green Beret vets, and this one Ranger, he's been all over the world. He was in Panama, and he hadn't filed a claim. It was crazy. He was here. I'm working with him now. So
Most people, they do not set you up on how to do it.
no,
That's the hardest. That's why I went with, the paid route. Like,
yeah. So
because they were going to take it out of my hands and figure that shit out. And I am 100% fine with that.
I was very fortunate in the medical retirement process. I was assigned a VA case officer. So I actually had two claims. The Green Beret Foundation initiated my claim. And then there was actually a VA caseworker that looked at that and said, why didn't you claim your left hip? I'm like, because my right hip is the one that hurts. And she said, Sergeant Major, are you telling me that your left hip never gets worn out after compensating for your right hip? I'm like, well, sometimes. She goes, sometimes is not an answer. It's a yes or a no. I said, well, it kind of, she's like, yes or no. I said, yes. She's like, good answer, Sergeant Major. She goes, you guys are the worst. And she was helping me, but that's how the claim system works.
And you're also doing what you were trained the entire time, which is do not be a bitch.
Yeah.
Entire time, I'm going to get in trouble if I go to the aid
So
station.
that's kind of what Zach's talking about. Like, hey, your special forces privilege is showing. But with the guys that have never filed a claim, that just got out or didn't know. Like, I've got a buddy. He was in Afghanistan in 2002 with special forces. One of my favorite photos of the entire GWAT is this guy. I won't say his name because of HIPAA and whatnot, but is this guy standing on the roof of a mud hut in Nangarhar somewhere, and he's whacking a golf ball off into the distance off this rooftop in the mountains. Such a great shot. It needs to be a poster. Anyway, he never filed. And I said, why? And he said, I just don't have the money to hire a lawyer right now. I'm like, you don't need a lawyer, bro. You don't need a lawyer. No, it's better than that.
Oh, okay.
I
was like,
guarantee
that's
you.
crazy.
The
If
funny
I just
thing is,
typed
he's
that in
also
and it worked.
bald, like everywhere, and he hasn't had a haircut or a shave at all. So he's got like this wild, like,
The Jack Mandeville cut.
yes, yeah. Except he's like a triathlete. So yeah, imagine Jack as a triathlete. So, what I tell everybody when I find out they haven't filed a claim at all is go on va.gov that day. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need a VSO. You don't need anybody. You need to create an ID Me account if you don't have a CAT card anymore, so you can access government websites, and then you hit intent to file. Because once you do intent to file, when you eventually get your claim in, everything you've claimed backdates to the date you file, which for me ended up being like 2 years of back pay.
Congratulations.
So
This is a good bonus.
That was nice. And it's tax free. Yeah. But I earned that shit.
It's tax free, but you put into that.
I did. Yeah. I sure did. I paid. Yes,
You paid multiple different
I definitely
ways.
paid into that.
A flashback to throwing an Afghani elder into a K-hole. It's like,
Sex dreams.
there was some background here.
After that, once you do your intent to file, that's when you go hunting for the help. And there's tax-free options. Like I had lunch with a dude out in Bandera, is it Bandera County out there? Or what county is that? I don't know. Wherever Bandera is.
Like the town of Bandera.
The town of Bandera, yeah. He was wearing a Warriors Heart shirt, so I just went up and started talking.
It's a nice little town. It's like a fun little cowboy town.
Yeah. I may end up living there. Who knows? You know, I'm wearing my Bandera shirt. So he is the county
I
VSO.
just realized there's raptors and
Bandera,
T-Rexes.
famous for raptors.
That's right. I am. It's a funny video of that too. So, yeah, different counties, but in Texas, definitely, there are publicly funded veteran service reps that will help you with all of your VA stuff. You don't have to hire a claim shark. You don't have to hire a lawyer. And there is big business in claims, and that's what I get paid to do now. I'm the director of strategic partnerships for a company called Xterra Health. That's XTERRA Health. What I like about this company.
Finn, cut that. Okay, go on. It's like, beep.
Let's cut that. Let's cut that unless the check clears.
So this company, we do Nexus letters and DBQ letters. DBQ is disability qualifying letter. So it's a. Remember I was talking about the CNP exams. You go in. This is what you say is wrong with you. The VA says, well, let's see, and they order an exam for you. Mm-hmm. So, a DBQ is a letter from a medical professional that says, yes, I've done an exam, and this is fucked up. There is still some fraud involved in that piece worldwide. So, Rebecca was a VSR at the VA, and she would get claims, and she would see at the VA, like, okay, this vet is filing his claim. He lives in Illinois. The doctor he saw is in Arizona. She would flag that, and it would go for further review, right? So there's still some of that going on. That doesn't happen here. There is telehealth, and it can be explained, But what this company does is they've got a network of providers. The doctor that's in charge of it was Marty Scoveland Jr.'s medic in Ranger Battalion. He became an MD, and he called me up and brought me into this. That's how we ended up here. But first and foremost, they're veteran centric. If a vet can't pay, they will still take the case. Like, they are so anti claim shark.
I will say the claim shark thing. I hate if it's like pay out of pocket right up front. It's like. How the ones I've seen or talked to, it's, hey, if we get the claim, we'll just take this right out the gate. It's $1,000, $2,000. I'm like, I don't care. You did all the work. And that's me personally. But if I see them, they did the work, they got me set up. I'm like, and it's $2,000. Cool. I understand. Good. Military Order the Purple Hearts, who got me the original.
Yeah.
And then I went with two other ones to get to where I am now, but it's still not 100. I'm like,
there's some weird pricing models out there, and some of them are they look on the up and up, and then you look further. Like, if you actually know something about claims, you're like, maybe not. Like,
Do you think it's because the field is so new?
No, because claims have been around for forever.
I feel like, and maybe this is just a blind spot for me, but I feel like the industry of claims is like the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years.
Some of it's blown up because
internet, dude.
Because internet, and because of AI has reduced the barrier to legal language. I mean, that's a lot of it.
Holy shit, I never thought about that. You could do everything just with ChatGPT.
Mostly. But again, like AI, it hallucinates. Like the VAs own AI right now that they're replacing VSRs with.
That's a bad idea.
It is a terrible idea because it hallucinates a lot. Like it is making up conditions for veterans that they didn't claim. And humans are having to come back and scrub all this. It's actually making more work on the VA side.
Brandon, you could, dude, actually think about it. It would actually, I guarantee you could get like a pass.
Well, I'm not gonna.
No, I know, but like jokingly, it's still, look how for a year.
Yeah, well, that's actually, I didn't even think about that.
It thought you were in 2 branches and you had multiple, like,
Purple Hearts.
this is the
Well, you do
all
on
AI.
the format there.
Apparently.
right?
Yeah.
No, this,
God damn it.
but you think of it like that, it would be like Brandon's at 100%. And Brandon's like, I didn't even serve. What the
And that's where, again, like lack of oversight lends itself to fraud. Because I know that it's kind of become a little spicy lately because of a couple other things in the military industrial complex, but like Palantir.
Right.
One of the things that I think they did exceptionally well in the beginning was integrating like AI and algorithms and things like that with human oversight.
That's the key words. It has to have human oversight.
Yeah.
It has to have human oversight. Yeah.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not. We're not. Yeah. So on the claim shark pricing model, like the most overt one is a company that takes a percentage of your claim
every month.
That seems on the up and up. If it's like, and I've had friends that have had great results with this. The problem with that is the incentives. So you think about this. Remember I said your intent to file, your payment is backdated to your intent to file. So if you hire a company that is doing your claim and they take what should have been a 3-month process and it turned it to a 6-month process, they're now getting a percentage of 6 months of back pay versus 3 months of back pay.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Somebody pointed that out to me. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. There's also companies that if your claim is elevated, like if it's rejected initially, maybe you paid a flat fee up front, but your claim's rejected and it gets escalated, now you're paying again. For an appeal process.
So if you want to submit your intent to file a claim, where would they do that again?
VA.gov. That's you don't need anybody to do that. Don't need anybody to do that.
How many services are out there to do it for free, by the way?
How many counties are there?
It is not joke. Like, you have so many free ways to do this. I just didn't have the best of luck with it. That's
the VFW does it. The American Legion does it. DAV does it. So there's an accreditation process, and I don't know what goes into that, but it's very specific on who the VA will give accreditation to. And if it's an accredited VSO, that means they can file the claim on your behalf. Like you can give them power of attorney and they can file on your behalf. And that's what the Green Beret Foundation did for me. They're the only accredited special forces nonprofit. But it's great, still not perfect. So the company that I'm working for, doing the Nexus letters, which means they're connecting the service to the injury with the DBQ, they're charging $500 a pop for a medical letter. You're getting a medical exam. The doctor gets a cut of that. The business gets a cut of that, and it goes forward. And that's per letter. So they're not getting a percentage of a claim. They're not getting any future revenue off of it or anything else like that. And again, to date, they haven't turned anybody down, even if they've had rough times and they couldn't do it. So,
then they'll take it if it goes through, or it's just the $500 though. It's like
it's such a nominal fee.
Well, for some people, I will say, like, we get a seat. That's the one thing I'm big on is $500 for, depending on who you are. It can be a fucking hurdle. That's why I always, $20 can be a hurdle. That's why it's always like, hey, be as respectful on where they're coming from, because $500 for
that's
you.
True.
You'd be like, hey,
no,
not
that's
that
true.
much. But
I mean, like a couple of years ago, that would have been a tough thing for me. So yeah, I get it. But no, they'll work with people. It's a small company, and it's soft owned, and it's veteran first.
Do you have to be Green Beret to go through that?
Absolutely not. Anybody with a DD 214.
See, that's fucking. And then what's that one called again?
Xterra Health. EXTERRA. Like the, SUV that predated the Tacoma that everybody drove around for a while. Xterra.
Like I said, Chase, wait till the check clears, and we'll figure out if we'll
fucking
actually
blur
include that.
everything he is saying.
Yeah.
Beeping.
Yeah. It's funny that I'm throwing this out there because I haven't officially started there yet. But
Well, then until you get the
Check hasn't
job.
cleared for you either.
Yeah, blur it out until you get the job.
I mean, again, I wasn't looking for a job, and they called me, and hearing about the company, I was excited about it because I work a lot in the veteran space. I help out nonprofits when I can with the marketing and branding piece, and I'm always throwing shit up on my IG. And knowing that this was a soft-owned company, and I have enough experience in the healthcare industry to know that $500 is not how a doctor is making his bank. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So what I'm hoping is I can, through my position there, I can connect them with other VSOs and whatnot, because there's a lot of companies out there that don't do the DBQ service. Like if my claim through the Green Beret Foundation had that DBQ service, it would have avoided a lot of C&P exams and shortened the time frame of my VA claim, which ended up being like 18 months.
I mean, good check though.
It was a good check. Yeah. Thank God nobody got a percentage of that one. Yeah.
That's what I'm like. It was still a long ass time.
18
though.
months of back pay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At whatever your monthly,
Yeah.
they have to pay every month to that.
So what color's your Camaro?
In the APO?
That's echelon money.
Tyr, where
did
can
have the truck.
where can the amazing people on the internet find you?
I am most active on Instagram at redleader_standing-by. Make sure that it's the guy with my face and the blue check mark because, man, I am really, really popular in Nigeria.
I think I saw a profile, this fat little black kid, and it's got like the same name as you. I was like, that's not Tyr.
Yeah, if there's only like 5 or 6 photos up and it says Tyr Symank, I love America and the Army, that's not me.
He's going to go there to Nigeria and fucking give him the sex nightmare dust.
Sex nightmares. Yeah. Yeah. How many legs do you need to do this? Yeah. And same with the dating services. I'm not on any dating platforms. I've actually had people hit me up on my .mil email say, excuse me, Sergeant Major, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but can you please confirm that you're not dating my stepmom or my mother-in-law? And I'm like, nope.
Wouldn't you like to know, Fed boy?
Sex dust.
Sex tests.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've discouraged or encouraged people to do ketamine at this point.
Great in therapy. Great in surgery. Bad for the elderly. Allegedly. We'll see.
What was the noise again?
Whoa!
And Cody, on that note, close us out.
Thank you guys for joining the Unsubscribed podcast. I was joined today by Eli Doubletap, Tyr Symank, Brandon Herrera, myself, Donald Operator. Thank you so much for being here.
Sex dust.
Sex test.
Oh.